Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Revolution PC Gaming Podcast for February. So yeah, I'm gonna get every guys in here, and we're gonna start with the joke games as always. But yeah, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, and I know the last few we've been doing this for a long time, but I still want to try every month to get better and better at it. So if you have any feedback, if you're watching tonight, please join the Discord and give some feedback. But with that aside, let's get started and have some fun.
Incoming. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. All right.
Good morning.
All right, is everybody here? Everybody here? We're good?
I believe so.
Okay.
Marmot is unmuted, so.
No,
Yay.
yeah.
He's here.
Hey, he said something.
I thought you said that I was muted. I was like, wait, no, I'm not. And then I
Got him!
Just let you guys know, Murmich is the resident blonde here. Just so,
Oh,
this is the dude that will mute himself, not realize it, and a half hour later get mad that no one heard what he said. So,
now I'm mad at myself whenever I do that.
Yeah.
all right. So we usually start out with the joke game. First, I want to show off my cool drink. I have Coca-Cola with coffee because why not? I guess China did it. Japanese people did it. Send it over here, I guess. But all right. So joke games. Am I the only one with a joke game? Oh yes, Murmich has one, right?
I have one.
Okay, let's hear yours first.
All right. My joke game is paper tanks.
It actually sounds like a fun game, though.
yeah. Paper tanks.
Actually, that kind of looks cool.
Oh man, this takes me back to making doodles in fucking class. Oh god. Shit, this is nostalgic stuff for me. Wow.
I thought he was
During
gonna.
my class in
I thought he
particular.
was gonna say paper footballs, like the when you used to flick them to make field goals and shit.
No, a lot of the kids in my classes did that though.
That's what I say. I did it all the time.
People learned how to make paper ninja stars and would chuck them at each other.
Oh jeez, no, I would just doodle on like graph paper like that during maths class. Oh boy, good times.
It's a
yeah,
good joke.
I kind
Because it
of
looks
good to be honest.
I was gonna say it actually looks like a decent game. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a joke game, but hey, it
I just
actually.
got a demo.
All right, so I have two that I've been saving. These guys have not seen them, but they've heard what the name is. It is Lonely. Okay, let's see. Lonely Cat Girl is the perfect pussy.
whatever could this be about.
The name alone incites. Yeah, okay, adult only. Yeah, I fucking figured.
Yeah.
The
But
name alone, I didn't have to see any images.
But no, there's nothing really too graphic about it except for that picture. Okay, never mind. I didn't look at that picture. Sorry.
Oh boy.
Um,
Tim. Oh no.
you
Oh,
might want
no.
to close out of this game.
I was gonna
Tim,
say, you know,
before-
Tim.
Oh no.
Well, there goes the mod.
Nah, it's
Well,
fine. It's fine.
It's a good thing this is marked adults only.
Right.
Still,
Mature. Thank God this stream is marked mature.
All right, let's read about the story. I mean, because that's the important part of this, right?
Okay, right, yeah.
why didn't
Yeah,
you
the
look
important
at
part is the story.
paper
As you're running home in the rain, you stumble across something unusual. A stray cat girl. She's starving and shivering, so you bring her straight home to give her some hot food and a shower. However, she's got her guard up, wondering why a human would be so kind to her. After being kicked to the curb, it's understandable a feisty cat girl doesn't exactly trust you. If you treat her with tender love and care, she'll open up her heart to you, and maybe you'll even fall in love. Ah, that's
Sounds sweet, but
It sounds sweet, and then you realize what kind of game it is. Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. Yeah.
Wait. Please note, all characters described and visually represented in the age are over 18 years of age.
Well, they have
Of course to be. Of course they are. Of
Disclaimer.
course they are.
Is that cat years or people years, though?
Good question.
That
Don't
is the
scroll up,
question.
Tim.
It's
Do not
different.
scroll up.
Oh,
I was gonna say, scrolling up sounds dangerous.
I have to scroll up.
No!
To
Okay.
use the search bar, yes, he has to scroll up.
Yeah.
That's why you hit the home page real quick.
Wow!
Oh my god.
There you go. Okay, now we're to the one I wanted to show Silver.
The Chaos Gene, huh?
Are you ready?
I guess.
The best, what is this, best fighting game of the year?
I can tell the animations aren't exactly what I would call, yeah. What the
Top notch.
Oh my god, I saw the arm of that big dude. What the
What?
Okay. Was he just clipping through that guy's head? Did he let
Hi, we made a fighting game. It's the first time we made any game.
I get it. It's early access, but what the fuck? You can't show that shit in the trailer of the game. You can't.
Well,
Wow.
I mean, 90% of the time it just shows the characters punching each other in the dick.
Wow. No, I always stick to
That poor
legitimate
tall guy.
games. Thank you very much.
So I want a full review of this game at the end of the month, Silver.
No.
I want you to beat it with every character.
No.
Well, there's 9 characters, that's it.
No. No, you have to pay me to play that.
How much?
Probably the price of the game.
There you go, I'll just buy the game then.
I'm joking, please fucking don't. I don't want this shit staying in my library. Please. I beg of you, don't.
Well, I thought it was a great fighting game.
I have enough rubbish in my library.
Yeah, look, you can play as the Hulk. Totally
Yeah.
not the Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus Christ, what a...
But
What a
see, that's a good way to start, right?
That trailer was a mess.
Accidental nipples, a terrible fighting game.
Yeah, who would have thought Tim's stream would have had nip slips?
You know, it's actually pretty rare on my streams. No lie, I haven't had that many nipple slips on my stream before.
We are off to a fantastic start.
And the worst
Indeed
part
we
is,
are.
it's my own fault this time. It's my own fucking fault.
Yep. Thank God. We are not responsible, guys. He cannot blame us at all.
I'm weak to cat girls. What can I say?
Meow?
All right, so
Like me, oof.
let's try and bring this back around to reality, and we're gonna talk about the games we've been playing over the last month. Which, from if I'm an indication, we have quite a few. But we're gonna try and do them in a decently timely manner. Which means we're gonna skip over Silver completely. Because
Well, actually, yeah, I guess.
well,
Well, you probably should because I haven't been playing enough time of
No.
anything.
So we're gonna have him explain in detail the whole entire story of Cyberpunk 2077, from the beginning to where he is,
I
in
haven't finished it yet. Leave me alone.
in absolute
That's
detail.
why we said to where you are.
Yeah, to where you are. In absolute detail, I want every single pixel perfect explanation here.
Tim, if I do this, you do realize no one's getting a fucking turn. You understand this, right? 'Cause
That's the joke.
I play games.
Wow, that is
Oh, I
the
see.
worst tasting
I see.
horse shit I've ever had in my life.
You're a jerk, by the way.
Oh my god, this tastes awful.
Why
Oh,
are you drinking it?
no, that was the first sip.
Oh,
Oh god.
oh wow.
It tastes like
I'm gonna be honest, Tim. That feels like karma. With that timing, this feels like karma.
Yeah, it's a comment.
Just a bit. Just a bit.
it looks like
Just
it tastes like literally somebody took like a Diet Coke and then dumped a whole bunch of instant coffee in it and went, "Here you go."
I
I was about to ask if it tasted like karma too, but now that you mentioned that, yeah, that's probably what karma tastes like.
Ah, but I'm gonna drink it.
Yeah, Tim, just guzzle it. Just guzzle that fucking can down.
Chug, 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 chug.
No, because then I'll have to piss and we'll be here forever. So,
Fair.
all right. So who wants to
Chug
go
it at
first?
the end.
I'll chug it at the end. Yeah. Who wants to go first?
Then I'll jump over once.
Actually, we're gonna make Silver go first. What have you been playing, Silver?
Well, I guess I will talk about Bloody Spell. I decided to replay it despite me finishing it twice already. Because it got a recent update. I mean, the combat is actually pretty smooth. Very, very brutal and violent, though. I'll say that. It's like a Dark Souls-esque kind of game, actually.
I'm not gonna get any nipple slips in this, am I?
Thankfully, no. There is no nudity. Just, like, very skimpy outfits if you decide to play as...
Wait. He says there's no nudity. The first tag in the game is nudity.
There isn't any fucking nudity. Ignore that tag.
Yeah, but users put those tags in there, Tim.
Look,
Yeah.
I've played about 20 odd to 30 odd hours of the game.
Maybe they're using the nude mod. Who knows?
That's true.
There is no fucking nudity in the game. I promise
They
you that.
probably have it as nudity.
Okay,
just because
okay.
There
she's-
isn't.
All jokes aside, what am I looking at here?
Okay, so as I said, its combat style is very similar to Dark Souls. It's brutal. There's like 4 or 5 weapons that you can wield. There's like the regular swords. There's like gloves that you can wear. These fucking huge ass armored gloves. There's spears. There's great swords and shit. What else was there? And there's also like this staff weapon that you can acquire via a certain character, which is pretty goddamn powerful, especially when you start unlocking the moveset. As you use a weapon, you basically progress with skill points or whatever, where you can unlock more moves. So, as I said, the combat becomes more fluent and more diverse as you use the weapon. The game's length is approximately 10-12 hours, depends on how good you are at these kinds of games and how often you know how to dodge. There is counters that you can perform, like if you dodge at a certain time, you can like the slow down once you unlock the skill to do so anyway. And of course, there's like RPG progression with unlocking of abilities that you can cast by using this certain energy. I forgot what the name was for it. I think it's just chi. I don't actually know the name of it because obviously the dialogue's in Chinese, so the subtitles are a little bit rough. Definitely needs a bit more work with the translation, but at least the menu translation is perfect. So there's that.
I wondered why she was wearing so little clothes. Well, considering
Yeah,
how fast she's moving, though, I don't know if she could fight that fast with the clothes on.
There's unlockable outfits you can acquire via a few of the game modes that are different from the story mode. I don't think there's any multiplayer yet, but apparently the developer intends to make like a co-op mode or something like that. There's like this arena mode where you can basically fight for as long as possible, or you basically go for as long as possible until you win the actual arena game. And that's how you can unlock extra costumes as well. You don't actually have to buy them. You can unlock them if you have the patience, that is. And there's also like executions that you can perform on enemies that you can stun or get their health down. The boss fights, though, some of them are ridiculously challenging. Like halfway through the game, there's like this dude with these twin fucking blades, and he fucking sucks. Ugh, as I said, I've beaten the game like twice, but I have not played on the much harder difficulty, although I do intend to after my current run.
I have to say, though, the combat looks really fun.
Oh, it's brutal, but really fun and engaging. That's pretty much the reason why I got the game and decided to give it a go, because the combat is great. I love it. There's all sorts of variety of weapons, as I said, and there's abilities that can turn it up to 11. Some hard-hitting abilities that you can acquire. You're just gonna get amber stones, which.
So this is something you've played a while ago, and then again this month.
Yeah, because it got its full release not long ago.
Oh, okay. So you played it in early access and then at full release.
Yeah, it's not fully released. Never mind what I just said. It's still in early access. It came out last year, January, but I think he's finalizing the game currently up to full release.
Okay.
I'm not sure what more he adds, more they're gonna add to the game. We'll see. I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, I've played the game for a while.
What in the fuck is that?
Yeah, so there's this really funny secret. Like a quarter way through the game, if you pay attention to the environment after a boss fight, there's two paths you can take. One takes you to this little studio where the developers actually put in their studio in the game where you can actually talk to the developers in the game. It's pretty funny. It's like an inside joke.
Oh, nice.
wow.
All right, so what would you give this game for a rating? So
Due to the combat alone, I'd probably give it a 7.
I'm gonna say it does seem to be rated pretty.
Yeah, which
Pretty high.
surprised me because and the physics are absolutely fucking hilarious. They are pretty exaggerated with the bodies and the corpses of the enemies. When you defeat an enemy, they can flop over sometimes ridiculously.
Nice.
Of course, there is very obvious boob physics. It's very exaggerated, but you're always staring at the back of your character anyway. So,
Are we talking like Dead or Alive 5 levels of boob footage?
yes,
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm on board.
a little bit more exaggerated than that, actually. But they're not buggy in any way.
You know
The
what my
clothing
question is you know how they say exaggerated? You know how they
Yeah.
I would say this real quick. They always say like exaggerated boob physics. Every time I've seen like any female character whose like boobs bounce all over the fucking place, none of them have a bra on. So I don't know how exaggerated this shit is. It's just
You make a good point.
yeah,
That's
they've
pretty much what I mean.
they've-
It's like not wearing a bra at all.
yeah, so
It's
like
pretty much.
so like when people say like, "Oh my god, no woman." Yes, they would act like that. If you have giant fucking boobs and you were jumping up and down, it would look quite a bit. It would look like that.
Hey, at least the guy got the body proportions right.
Yeah, developers
Jeez.
just don't know how to make bras. I guess. I mean, if you want to complain about anything, they don't know how to develop bras.
Yeah, because technically, I think there's 3 female characters you can play as. You can switch them on the fly. You don't have to play as Yujin, which is the name of the main character that you would normally play as. Yeah, there's 3. There's the maiden, which is the one you see on the cover art. There's his sister. I forgot her name. I think her name was Legion. I don't remember. And then there's Legion, but she uses a staff only and magic. So there's the 4 variants of the characters. So they all
Alrighty.
use the same. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So who's next? I'm gonna make Murmich go next.
All right.
Because whenever I say who's next, no one says anything.
Right.
I played Cloud Climber.
Okay. So you did end up playing it. Okay.
Yes, I did.
Awesome.
He went for the real expensive game out of the bunch.
It is a very nice, short story game.
Travel across the other 2 towers to get there, but I'm sure
It's really, really calming. And I liked it.
I like the visuals for it.
Alright, how long does
Simple.
it take to play?
Let's see. I completed it in 13 minutes.
Damn!
Wow. Hey, at least it's free.
No, I was gonna say I'm not complaining. I'm just like
it's been quite some
No,
time.
I'm just saying it's all.
basically the game is you're walking around, getting from one area to the other, completing like mini puzzles.
Yeah, some mini tasks.
You know, Mermit should play Myst. He really should.
You would like Myst.
Yeah, he would love Myst.
You think so?
Yes.
It's like this, but it's 40 hours.
Yeah,
Oh.
but on a relaxation level, it is very high.
And I don't mean 48 hours like it takes 40 hours to do it. I mean 40 hours is in to solve some of the puzzles. It will take you probably about 40 hours.
Holy fucking shit.
Oh yeah, they
Some of the clues are like in other worlds or other parts of the worlds, and things from past worlds start carrying over to further world. Like you want to take notes on everything and make sure you remember everything. It's
My word.
very detailed puzzle.
I think they're working on a remake of Myst, aren't they?
Are they?
I've followed the development team off and on, and it seems like they've started projects off and on. I'm not sure what's going on with them right now.
I'm gonna say if they did, it'd be great for him to play it on like his rig. If they actually,
If I'm not mistaken, the last thing they made was Abduction, a game called Abduction.
the last game I played from them was Raven.
The second one.
Been quite a
I
while.
don't think I ever played much. Like I played through the first Myst. I didn't get to play through Riven.
Now, to give you a good laugh, you know what I played the first Myst game on? It wasn't on PC.
What you played on?
A 3DO.
3DO.
My friend's
Sounds-
3DO that was like $800 at launch.
My fucking lord.
Yeah, that thing was fucking $800 and had like Aliens vs Predator was like the best game on.
Wow, that fucking price tag though. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, back then if you wanted good technology, like even though the technology was there for the 3DO, it just didn't have the software at all. But just like the Atari Jaguar was a pretty powerful system. It just had no games. Because Atari was never known for being a good game maker. They were just they just made easy, convenient systems to just punch out games on in like 2 months. AKA E.T., which almost killed the video game industry. You know?
Bum, bum, bum.
Exactly.
Mm.
All right, so there's a little video game history for you guys. All right, so you're up, Ray. Oh yeah, wait.
Hexseed.
I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, good
I'm
point.
sorry, Murmich. What's your grade?
Ah.
I got ahead of
Let's see.
myself.
Probably 5.
A 5 out of
Really?
10.
If it was longer, I would have rated it higher.
Gotcha, because 30 minutes is not much time at all to.
It seems like it would have been better off just staying on itch.io at that length.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
It is
itch.io.
on, it is actually on 99
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd been better staying there, only because of the fact that like it's not even really. I wouldn't consider a game that short actually a game, as more of like a
Like an experience.
Visual novel.
experiment.
Yeah, it's when I can expand
Mhm.
experience.
Yeah.
Experimental experience. Yeah, there you go.
Hmm.
All right.
But
Sorry.
it was still fun.
Okay. So there you go. Right now, go ahead. Sorry.
Hexseed.
Did I mention that, or did you?
I mentioned this. This was going to be my backup review game if my other game, if I didn't have time for my other game.
Ah.
But I did.
Oh yeah, this one. The Minesweeper one.
Right. So this is a free-to-play.
Mhm.
So real bargain price. But basically it's Minesweeper with hex guns. And a few extra mechanics. Because they have interesting little clues, like certain ones will reveal a line and tell you that there's a certain number of bombs in that line. But it's pretty simple once you learn all of the mechanics, and there are a ton of levels. Like, I've played, how much have I played of this? 12, a little over 12 and a half hours, and have I beaten the second world? I don't think I've even beaten the second world yet. So, and there's 4 worlds, not including the tutorial.
And
So there is a lot of content in here. Great puzzles,
oh wow.
challenging but logical, and they are releasing DLC.
Yeah.
To add more levels, which you do have to pay for, but each of them are only $1, so which is the lowest they can put it at.
So if you want to get the year 1 pass, which is the whole entire year of stuff, will be 12 more worlds and 1,000 plus levels. It's $9.
And considering the base game is free, that's
Yeah, it means hey, you want more of
Yeah.
this game? Then support the developer. That's more than
Exactly.
understandable. See, okay, there's a big difference between stuff like this, where it's like it's free. If you want more, pay more, and instead of being like this game's $70. Oh, you want more? Give us like 50 more. No, that drives me nuts.
Mhm.
Oh my god, like the old deluxe editions of like Battlefield and Call of Duty. Be like, oh yeah, you got to get the $110 edition, or you're not really getting the whole game. Drove me nuts.
You're just
with
getting
people.
most of the game.
Oh, that shit drove me
Yeah,
crazy.
Oh shit! I'm like, no, give me the whole.
That's why I
game
didn't.
itself.
That's why I never bought them.
Mm-hmm.
because like
I
they're
mean,
like,
why would you?
ugh, man,
But hey, barrier to entry real low on this one. And if you enjoy Minesweeper and logic puzzles, I highly recommend this. It is very good,
all right, great,
especially if you price time. I'm gonna give it an 8.
awesome. Okay, so this is one that you guys have actually seen quite a bit of it over the last couple weeks.
Oh,
Sakuna of Rice and Ruin,
Hey.
which I have decided not to finish on stream because at the rate I'm going, it would take about 62 hours to finish. I just don't have it. But I'm going to finish the game though because I love playing it. Actually, really enjoy playing it. But basically, for people that don't know, you play as Sakuna, who is basically, how would you put it? Like a goddess of harvest and of a warrior. So she's basically, all of her abilities are based on farming and harvesting, and then all of that translates into better battle activity and combat experience. It's got pretty damn good voice acting for it. Very long. It's a very long game. If you like planting rice or rice farming, it is the game for you. And you know what? I thought that part was going to bother me in the game. That is not true. Actually, it was really enjoyable to do that part as well. You get pretty invested in the story, at least I did. This game has never went on sale since it came out. I checked. So I wasn't missing out on a deal because there was no sale on this game whatsoever.
Well, it isn't that old yet, so
Yeah.
that's understandable.
And it's available on Switch as well. Which I would recommend it as a Switch game, probably more so than a PC game. Because it'd be great to, because the Switch is really good to like pick up and play, right?
Yep.
And the way that this game is based with like the days and the season format, you could really get into it with just picking up, playing for a little while, doing like 2 or 3 days, putting it aside, and then coming back later. Because this game isn't something you have to dump 6-7 hours into at a time. You could do a couple days, or do one season, set it aside, come back a couple weeks later, and just continue it. There's no need for you to play it all in one shot. Then you're not going to miss anything because the story is just breadcrumbed out over a long period of time.
To be expected.
But I was very surprised when I looked and saw this game had overwhelmingly positive reviews. But for me, honestly, it's kind of like overwhelmingly positive for me. So I'm going to say I can't, with good conscience, give it a 9. Only because it does have some flaws. But it's a solid 8. And it's really, really good. I really enjoyed my time with it. I'm definitely going to go back and finish it. Maybe by the end of it, my grade will change. And if it does, I will bring it up later. But for right now, it's an 8. And I would recommend, if you only have a PC, pick it up on PC. But if you have a Switch at home, this is a great game for you to just pick up, play, have a ball with, set aside for a while. Kind of like Animal Crossing in a way. If you can play games for a short period of time, but you like more action-oriented things than just like Animal Crossing's more farming, this is definitely a game that you could get into if you like that type of gameplay loop. So yeah, I highly, highly recommend this game.
Well, this is more farming than Animal Crossing.
Really?
Literally.
Well, yeah, it actually has combat to, spice it up a little.
That too.
Yeah. But I really, really like this game. And if you see it on a sale, definitely pick it up on sale.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing sales in the future.
Yeah.
Because
I would
it's definitely the kind of thing that looks like it'll get at least some kind of sale in Steam.
Well, you know what I was thinking is the lunar sale, which is all for which is next week.
That would make sense.
It might end up there.
Although it is only 3 months old. I don't know.
Listen, I've seen games that were on sale for 22% before they even came out. And
Yeah,
this game
very
has
true.
never been on sale at any discounted rate.
Although I have seen games that have came out on consoles first, then come out on PC a year later or so, go on sale, but that makes sense. I mean, it's
Like,
already a
okay,
year
to give
old.
you an idea, so where I got the new Werewolf Apocalypse game on sale for 38% off before the game ever even fucking came out.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's quite substantial for a game that's new.
Yeah, so I paid
Yeah.
$28 for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Where'd you get that from? You'll have to tell me.
Green
After
Man.
the stream, of course. Oh, Green Man Gaming, of course.
I don't mind. Listen, as long as it's not G2A or something, I'll definitely
Oh, yeah.
shout out companies
For sure.
on here. That's because I want
GG.
people to save money. So you know, Green Man, Fanatical, Humble, anything like that, I'll definitely tell you where the deal is. But
Yep.
any
That's
any
definitely-
gray market shit, fuck that. All right.
Yep.
So we're back around to you, Silver. What do you got?
Well, I only played like an hour of Croft and The Beast Inside, so can't really say too much about those games because I don't know too much about them progress-wise. So
How about the medium?
I only played an hour of that too.
What? We were
Maybe
waiting
so.
on.
Yes.
I was depending on you.
Oh, I know, but Genshin, man.
That means I
Yes.
played more of the medium than Silver did.
Yes,
Yes,
so
you did,
Yes.
Sam.
more than I. You could say more than I, despite me watching. But yeah, you could say more than I.
Okay, you know what I'll say about the medium real quick? We'll just get it out of the way. Medium's
I like the aspect of the twin realm thing, but
Medium is a great game. It has a great story. If you're in it for graphics alone, you're not going to be blown away. But if you want a good story and good puzzles, there you go. You have a good game. I haven't played
Yeah.
enough. I'm not going to grade it because I haven't played enough to grade it. But from what I've played of it, it's a very engaging with a good story, good mechanics built into it. But it's not a graphical overhouse, and it probably powerhouse, and it probably still needs some work in the optimization area, especially with ray tracing or anything else. But if you want a good game that you feel smart playing, the story is engaging, and the mechanics are fun enough to keep you engaged, there you go. The medium is good for you.
however, for it being touted as a horror game, it doesn't exactly have a lot of horror themes to it.
It is
Just
more
creepy.
it is more Silent Hill than anything.
Yeah, that's what people were hoping it would be for, but not quite.
You
what they
can't
think.
show me anything after an hour.
Yes, I know.
I can't tell you anything about the scare factor after 2 hours, but I will say that this game actually got me to almost fucking fall over because it scared me so fucking bad on a jump scare. And that is rare and never happens, so the game gets a bonus point for that. Alright, so Silver, you have nothing else to talk about, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Alright, Mermitch, what do you got?
Well, this month, in January, Ray and I played Raft.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Sure, we did play Raft.
You know what's funny is neither one of you guys were part of this podcast back then. But in the first month the podcast ever existed, I raved about what Raft looked like on the first ever podcast that we ever did.
I remember.
Yeah,
Wow.
never played it, but I was always like, man, this game looks fucking great. Never touched it. Never touched it.
And so everything comes full circle.
So tell me how great it is and how much of an idiot I am for missing out on it.
Well, you weren't too much of an idiot because
I was gonna say,
now they've added a ton of content.
Oh, yeah.
But back then they didn't have as much.
yeah.
Like they've added wild animals, they've added a ton of story stuff. They've added like a lot of really cool features that Ray and I have not unlocked yet.
Yeah, from what I know, you're no longer just, tied to a bloody raft and that's it. Because
That's
then, that's all
I
you
mean,
fucking did.
technically the game is still generated around your raft, but
Of
at the
course.
same time, you still it's more than just your raft and just visiting islands. It's
listen.
actually running around and
Okay, have
unlocking cool stuff.
Ray or Murmish, did you guys ever see the trailer for this game when it first came out?
I'm pretty sure
I may
did.
have, but I don't remember it.
All right, when this game first came out, hey, good evening, Dan. When this game first came out, literally, it was just a raft, and you tried to find garbage in the ocean to add to your raft. That was
As the shark kept
I mean,
eating it.
that's basically the gameplay of the game.
That's
yeah.
the core game.
That's still the same gameplay.
But there's a lot
But
more
now
to
you
it.
can put more things on your raft and then take your raft to specific locations.
And you couldn't do that before.
And you aren't limited just by the wind now.
And that's exactly why I didn't buy it so long ago when it first came out, because I'm like, well, what are they gonna do with that? I mean, like, it had no roadmap to where it is now.
Mhm.
So like back then, it was like, hey, you've got a raft
And you've got a hook.
and you
Start
got a hook.
building.
Yeah, they got that's it. And that was all the game was. Is just like build and try not to fall in the water. But now the game has so much else around it, you know, with story and see, now it'd be worth picking up for sure.
Oh,
I
it's
think so.
definitely worth picking up now.
If you have,
absolutely.
especially if you have a group of friends that you can play it with,
Oh,
'cause
absolutely.
it is multiplayer, and that is a nice addition.
Is it up to 4?
Is it up to 4? What is it?
No, it's more than
Does
4.
it
I
actually
can
have a limit?
guarantee you that.
Oh,
I was gonna
really?
say,
I've seen, I think 5 or 6 people on one raft at once.
Okay, see, that's where you get me. I'm looking for games where you can play with more than
massively multiplayer, if possible. Yeah, this will definitely
massively
carry more
multiplayer
time.
without being a fucking MMO. Okay,
right.
can we build a base like Waterworld?
If the raft counts as a base, sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you can build that raft up fucking huge.
Oh, you
Oh
can
my word.
expand it huge, but you do have to collect a lot of material.
All right, so Dan, okay, I'll take a game that you know, like Conan Exiles. All right, remember we used to play that.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so like take that, take a lot of the jank out of it, put it in the ocean, and instead of just building random buildings or whatever, you're completely on the ocean and just building yourself a giant base in the middle of the ocean on a raft.
That floats on water.
Yeah,
Piece by piece.
but you can actually go places and land on, you know, islands and whatever.
You can find abandoned rafts floating around that have like
You can
loot on them.
find just random islands that have like
you fight
some
sharks.
Wait,
So-
can you actually?
caches around.
So
and-
my best way to describe this to somebody is, if they play games a lot, is Conan Exiles without the jank and without the DLC expansions.
Oh
Fair.
god, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
because Conan's got a lot of expansions out there, and I did not have enough fun with Conan when we played it together a long time ago. But we played it together to
Yeah.
justify ever buying another server or doing the expansions or whatever. This game on the other hand, though, it has more of an interest to me, and I've been on the fence about it for so long. But if it's gonna have the ability for a lot of us to play it together, I would totally jump on board.
I think you can play up to 4 players, as far as I am aware. Because I've seen Mark, Jack, Bob, and Wade play it all
it's
together.
8 players actually. I just looked it up.
Okay, well
Really?
then it's definitely a buy for me then.
Players, holy shit!
Yeah,
Nice.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's
God
that.
damn.
that's enough for
I'll do.
the size of our own community.
How much is
Damn.
it? It is $20.
Currently $20. Still early access. They are still adding content.
Yes.
Mhm.
But it has lots of content now. See, that's the point.
It has a decent amount of content.
Yeah.
If you were really dedicated, you could probably rush through the story that they have.
Yeah.
Relatively quickly, but
Like if you were to just focus on the story, you can get through the story fairly quickly. But just progressing at a decent rate, it takes quite a bit longer.
Well, I was gonna say,
especially if you have a lot of people, because you have to get food for a lot of people, you have to get water.
Oh, yeah,
for a lot of
food's
people, you
gonna
gotta
be
get space for a lot of people. It's
and you know what the thing about
Food
this
and
is, though.
water is going to be the biggest issues.
You know what the thing about a game like this is, anyway. Though you're not really, the game's not something you're supposed to rush.
Oh, of course not.
Yes.
Unless you're just trying to be like, well, this game doesn't have very much content. I just speed ran the whole fucking thing. That's not what the game's for. You know, the game's not for that type of gameplay.
Yeah,
So.
I'll take my speed.
All right, so what did you guys rate it at?
Early access can't go over 7, right?
Yeah.
8. I
Give
think
it a 6.
6.5 for me.
Okay.
That's
good.
I can't stand
Hey, I'll allow it. I'll allow.
It's a 0.5, it's
Wait a second.
allowed.
Okay, how about this? I'll allow decimal points with early access stuff. With full release games, there's no decimal points though.
Either round up or round down. You're committed.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, great.
They are adding new enemies to the game pretty soon. They're going to be adding.
They're adding bugs, so now it's EDF. Congratulations!
Woo! Full circle. Okay. So what do you got, Ray?
I saw this and picked up a little thing that seems to have been gaining popularity recently called Dyson Sphere Program.
Oh, you did get it.
I did grab this, and I did play for about 4 hours. And as I expected, it is basically Factorio on a galactic scale.
Oh.
Your planets are smaller, so you can probably run through them a little bit faster, but your end goal is much bigger and much farther away, if you are familiar with what a Dyson Sphere is. For those who don't know, it's a large structure to encompass a sun and harvest its energy.
And
So yeah,
from what I remember Ray telling me when I watched him play a little bit, it's basically like Factorio and Satisfactory mixed.
A little bit, because you have the third dimension that Factorio never really gets, but it is very grid and top-down based. The controls are a little like RTS-y, actually, so Glab might even enjoy this. I haven't seen anything even hinting at combat yet. They are still adding to it. I believe it is still also early access. So there's definitely a lot to come. But so far it's been pretty fun. And there is, like, if you're the kind of person to get lost in those kinds of crafting games, this will eat plenty of time. You can sink a lot of hours into this.
No, that looks really good.
It does. It looks very nice right now. I think it is, I think developers are Chinese and it's getting, translated, but it is voiced, the tutorials are voiced. It does seem like they could use a little more work on the translations, though, because some of the lines are a little weird, but in time, hopefully.
Well, if it's
got a
popular
great
enough,
start.
it's going to get money. And then money equals better translation and localization, most for the most
Mhm.
part. Alright. So what do you rate it?
This will be a 7.
The
I
7?
can give this a 7.
Alright, so I'm going to talk about Cyber Shadow. Which is something completely different.
And now for something completely different.
Yeah. Do you like Shinobi? Do you like Ninja Gaiden? If you do I have a game for you? Because actually, it's the perfect homage to those games. I will warn you though, this game is extremely difficult. Just like Ninja Gaiden, which one of the hardest NES games ever. This holds up to that lineage very well. But I would say like Shovel Knight is to Mega Man and the Castlevania type platformers. This is this is published from the same company that made Shovel Knight as well.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, but this game was made by one person, one guy, and
Wow.
he did a fantastic job on it. Yeah. It's not early access because great, we don't have to wait. This game is not super long. It's about 5 hours long. I did make it to the last level after many tries. I did not beat the game, but it takes about 5 hours to get to the end. But the replayability with some of the choices you can make in the middle, no spoilers, makes it so you could play it probably 5 or 6 times and get different endings and variables in the game. So if you're a fan of that old school Shinobi, Ninja Gaiden type era games, I would highly recommend this. It's available on Game Pass as well. If you have that, it's on Game Pass for free.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah, hashtag not sponsored. But if you want to throw me that Xbox money, I'll fucking take it. Just like the Medium, man, he would pay me. I mentioned it twice. But no, this game is... Alright, I'll preface my rating on this. If you're not a fan of retro games, this isn't going to be for you. If you're like me and you grew up with Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and you enjoy like a updated version of that retro platforming action combat, then certainly try it, because it's definitely worth going back and visiting it. So for me, it's an 8. An 8, and the one guy who made this that took 4 years to make it, congrats, dude. You made a fucking amazing game by yourself. He even did the music by himself, which...
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It looks great.
It does look really good.
Alright, so we're skipping Silver again because he doesn't play games anymore. And I'm picking on you, Silver. Stop.
He doesn't finish games anymore, Tim. Get it right.
I know.
Excuse fucking me?
Well, you don't finish games because you're still playing Cyberpunk. You and Dan are in competition to see who's going to finish last.
Well, I know I am.
Yeah, it's not even a competition. What are you talking about, Tim?
I want to do fucking everything. You know. By the time I actually do everything, maybe updates will actually fucking come out, and maybe even some DLC will fucking come out by the time I finish it.
Yeah, we'll be able to review the DLC with Silver by the time he's done with the game.
No, I think Dan is more of like, Dan doesn't have all the free time in the world. Silver is just like, I want to see every pixel the game has to offer.
Dan is ahead of me.
Yeah.
And he says he doesn't
Silver's
have
like,
enough
he
time.
bought every pixel, he's gonna see every pixel. Darn it.
Alright, Mermitch, what do you got? You got any more?
The only game that I did play left for this month was the one that we all played.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Okay. In that case, my last game, which was my review game, was Atelier Rise 2, Lost Legends, and the Secret Fairy.
And you've been playing that a lot.
I have been playing that a lot. How many hours do I have now? 42?
Uh-oh.
And I was worried I wasn't gonna...
Wait, Dan's
Have
here,
enough
so
time.
we gotta do this. Wee, $60 game getting reviewed.
Yes, contrary to my other game that I was thinking of reviewing, this one does have a barrier to entry. Atelier games come out full price. It's a well-established series, and latest game, they're not going to put that on sale for a little while. So Atelier games tend to come out in trilogies, and so this will be the second game in this trilogy. It is similar to the first. I haven't played a lot of the Atelier games, but from what I've seen, not a lot of them do, like, they take place obviously in the same, the trilogy will take place in the same setting, and you'll have characters reappear, but you don't always play as the same character, like, play through a variety of different stories. In this case, though, they are following the same group of characters with the addition of some new ones 3 years in the future. Combat is pretty much the same style, but they have refined some of the mechanics and made some nice quality of life changes. We'll get there, Dan.
I'm sorry.
No, he can't help it either. So I think I enjoyed combat even a little bit more than I did in the last game, and again, this is like a hybrid combat. It's turn-based and real-time, which I hate usually, but this game has managed to make it tolerable and even somewhat enjoyable at times.
He prefaces at times.
It can be annoying. It depends on how everything times out properly. The story has been good so far. Not too different from previously, but enjoyable. If you like your JRPG stories, this probably isn't going to surprise you too much.
Yay! Please tell me you got the summer fashion costume set.
It's not out yet.
Ah, okay.
Or wait, actually, the summer fashion? Summer fashion's disappointing. Well, actually, I think it's free. That is free DLC.
Yeah.
It's basically just like taking off a layer of clothing, like they have coats, and now they took off their coat.
Woo!
which is probably why it's free.
Yeah.
Take off those layers, baby! I'll pay $30 more so you can take off a sock.
Hey, Tim, don't worry. The swimsuit DLC is coming, I'm sure.
And it'll be like $50.
Well, the first game swimsuit DLC wasn't that much, so I don't think it'll be that much. I think you had to buy each swimsuit individually, though, so you can pick which characters you want to have the swimsuits.
It's like who has the
We'll
most
see.
anime of titties? Okay, I'll buy that
all
one.
of them, actually, surprisingly. Not all of them, actually. On that topic, though, so the last game, I don't know if you guys know, I think AirRaiser saw it somewhat, got a little bit of flack because the main character was a bit more curvaceous than people were expecting, I guess. So Twitter got upset about that, and I'm somewhat under the impression that the developers saw this and thought, we can do better than that. Because as obviously there's a 3-year time gap, so I don't know if anything improved, hard to tell without a side-by-side comparison, but running around in dungeons you can do a variety of things, like they have a grapple thing you can swing across certain gaps, and so there's more interactive exploration. Like there's also swimming now. You can swim underwater.
Yeah.
And other things such as crawling through small tight spaces, where the main character will obviously get on her hands and knees, and the camera gets to decide a random angle that you get to view her from while doing so.
Funny. Oh, don't
So,
worry.
if you're into that, you might enjoy those sections.
Oh, I've seen it in Tomb Raider. I've seen it in a lot of fucking games with female characters. I'm like, yeah, well, where was the camera gonna go? First person? Nah.
Well, I mean, it's not Zelda, so no.
Ass shot all the way.
Or not. Front shot if you want. Depends.
Listen, it's not fair to bring up Lara Croft, man, because Lara Croft used to have like big old polygon titties, and at least with the at least with the rebooted series, they made her more athletic.
They added a few polygons to the.
Yeah. Well, no, they made her more athletic. She isn't so fucking top heavy in that
True.
series either.
Yes, it's why I preferred the new trilogy, Lara.
That's why I love. That's why I find it's funny, because for the 35th what is it? The 25th anniversary of the series, they're thinking about releasing a game that bridges the reboot series to the original series. And I'm like, where are they gonna put like her getting breast implants in this fucking story? Because she has like normal tits in the reboot series and fucking ginormous titties in the fucking original.
I will say the anniversary.
Oh, we lost Silver.
Okay.
Silver,
come back! So yeah, of course, fair warning, this is an Atelier game. There's going to be lots of crafting.
Yeah.
and a very long hour count.
What's it?
I mean, if you like a lot of craft, like, you could definitely run through this faster than I'm running through this, but I like kind of trying to min-max my gear a little bit and try and find all of the recipes and.
But wait a second. Let's
unlock
be honest
everything.
here. If you're playing a game like this, you're not playing it to blast through it. It's just like Raft. There's certain games where you're not supposed to speedrun the fucking thing.
True.
Like
unless you're a speedrunner, then you can do that.
This is a game where you're supposed any JRPG. Let's just put that out there. Any JRPG is
Any
supposed to be
JRPG.
you're playing for the story. Like
Mhm.
either that or you're playing it because you really enjoy the combat. There's no
Or
thing-
you're playing it because you want to make your character so OP that you go to the final boss, laugh at him for 5 minutes, and then sneeze on him and to kill him.
yeah.
It's like,
But anyway,
depends on the game.
any way you think of it, you're spending a long time in the game. You know, to get him that OP that you're gonna do that requires grinding, which requires time.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would have stuck with the triangle tits. Yeah, that would have worked out great. I imagine.
Jesus Christ.
She runs out of bullets and just goes up and starts stabbing him with her tits.
Body slam.
No, booby slam.
It's like
Same thing.
it's like Pinhead ain't got nothing on me.
Oh my fucking god! Wow. Oh wow! I'm clipping that.
Couple of moments for today's podcast are brought to you by.
Start the podcast off with a nipple slip. Fucking end up talking about boobs for about 10 minutes in the middle. Yeah, we're doing good so far. Yep.
Okay, moving on.
Okay,
Moving
so
on.
this I do have to mention. I almost forgot in all my praising. Release on this
Mhm.
it was not ideal. They have been releasing some updates, but for one thing, the main menu settings and the game's default settings did not open in full screen and did not have a full screen option.
What?
You actually had to go into the ini file and change the window mode to open it in full screen at first.
Fuck.
I do believe it has suffered greatly from the common port issue of it's ported from Switch, so
Oh dear.
they might have neglected the PC port a little bit.
No one's ever done that before.
I hate when that shit happens. It's
Unfortunately, I believe Atelier games suffer from that occasionally. They are quite obvious ports.
Don't
Maybe
worry,
it's fucking
there's
fixed now.
another game that I can think of that had a problem doing that as well.
But they have been releasing patches, and it does turn out that there is another menu that you have to use the escape key to get to that you can't open on controller. So
Wonderful.
that was interesting.
Oh, and the game I was talking about was Octopath Traveler, which was
Have you tried?
originally
Which was
on,
quite critically acclaimed, despite all of that.
well, released. They ported it over to PC, released it at $60, and the port was busted.
Eesh.
So
Yeesh.
if you're gonna charge $60 for your game, you should probably make sure it works. Especially if you're gonna be just porting it over from something else.
Yes, I did mention that earlier.
Okay.
Have you tried mouse and keyboard?
I have not. I tend to play these with
Oh, yeah.
controller. They just
So understandable.
they're designed for controller. They're probably going to run better on controller, but I'm sure mouse and keyboard works just fine as well.
No, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't
I'm sorry. Dan's emote face has taught me something. It doesn't matter that it costs $60. Just make it a live service game and make it about the Avengers, and it'll all be all right. So it's
Oh yeah, because we know how that went.
yeah, it's fine.
One of the biggest disappointments of 2020.
Yeah.
That's for fucking sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving right along.
I think that's all I have to say on it. So I'm going to give it a 7. It had a little bit of a rocky start, so I'm going to deduct some points for the grade. But otherwise, it is a great Atelier game so far, and I've been enjoying it.
Well,
If
that's
you
awesome.
like JRPGs and crafting, then by all means.
Cool beans.
All right, I'm gonna do some speed running of reviews here real quick because I still got a couple. But
Rapid fire reviews. Let's go.
and the
Don't
funny part,
forget Unrailed.
Oh, Unrailed. Yeah, we played Unrailed.
Yeah, we did mention
Holy
that,
shit.
didn't we?
okay,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it real
Oh,
quick.
that was really
Okay.
fun. I like it, especially playing with the whole group. And Glav, pitch in. Come on.
Hey, he's in here.
Yes. I know you're
Alright.
here, Glav.
All right, so you get to.
I've played a little bit too.
This is a teamwork based game where you basically create train tracks so your train can continue to move forward. It looks pretty simple until it's not, and then it makes.
Pretty much.
And then you get to the point where you're in outer space and you're like, what the fuck is going on? princess runs around trying to reverse her virginity. Oh my god. Why did I read that aloud? Never mind. I'm not gonna ask.
That's why I didn't read it out loud. I just said, "Oh God, wow."
But no, in all
I
honesty,
didn't know you played this game, Dan.
yeah, Dan already played this game.
Yes.
Your princess is another castle. Fuck! Get to train tracks. Let's go.
So you two can pitch in, Dan.
But no, it's actually a really fun game. We played it when it was free to play, even though some of us already own it. It's really fun. It just takes a lot of teamwork and a lot of communication, because if you stand there quiet and you run out of a material, you're going to fucking fail.
Mhm.
And don't
And there
be,
is a versus mode, which
It-
we do have to try.
and do not be in too much of a hurry to move through the game too quickly, because then you find yourself in areas where, like, oh shit, we better hurry up and get some be able to move
Some
on
upgrades.
again. Yeah, from upgrades, or move on again, because this snow sucks. And then you move on, and then you're like, oh my god, we're in hell and there's lava here.
It's worse. Go back. Go back.
Wait, we better go forward again. Okay, we're in space and there's no way to do anything. I guess we're fucked now. Yeah, that's pretty much how our playthrough went. We were like, wow, this is easy. Okay, this is a little harder. Oh shit, snow. What? Okay, what? Now we're in space. All right, we're fine.
Fucking snow.
Yeah,
And we still had another zone to reach before after that.
yeah.
Oh.
No,
It
that's
was,
the worst part.
but here's a simple review for you. The game is fun. If you
It
have
is very, very fun.
if you have friends that you want to play with, like in Dan's case, if you want to get high as a kite and just have fun with a few people and play a game that's going to make you laugh, this will do it, because you can
That'll
laugh.
work.
Yeah, you can laugh and have fun in co-op with your friends and fuck around, and it's beautiful for that. What are you guys' grades? Because I'm not going to grade it for you.
7.
7.
I think seven's fair.
It was really enjoyable.
Yeah, 7.
Hell, I'd gladly play more.
Great with friends.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I can't imagine how
Simple
hard it
little
would
party
be
game.
solo though.
Now,
So I did try a little bit solo. It gives you an AI companion that you can order around to do certain tasks, and that
Okay.
seemed to work okay. I don't imagine it works great on later levels, but it'd be interesting to see.
Okay. Yeah, because I can't imagine doing it actually by yourself and,
And-
only by yourself.
and the cool part is the game's only $10 at full price. So
Mm-hmm. And not a high barrier to entry.
yes.
Yeah, that's more than affordable. Yeah.
All right.
And if you want a real quick summary of what the game is, that scene from Wallace and Gromit where Gromit is playing tracks in front of the train, it's that.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
literally
gosh, I
just
didn't
that
even think
scene.
about-
Exactly. Except you're all Gromit, and you're not riding the train.
All right. Now we're
Just
taking
kidding.
a ride into a interactive puzzle game / hidden object game, which usually I don't play, but I enjoyed the hell out of this one. Down in Bermuda, which actually Ray brought up. I will give him
I did.
all the props in the world for that. He's the one that brought it up. I just played it. The game is actually really fun. It's all like based in a rotating camera. You can rotate it 360 degrees. You can rotate it up and down and all around, because that's how they hide stuff that you have to find to make, certain scenarios trigger. And as you do that, it unlocks more and more of the world. And then you go on to different worlds and you try and find your way out of Bermuda through escaping. It's actually really interesting how they do the interactivity with it, because at its base level, it's basically just a stagnant image. But as soon as you interact with something, it comes to life with animation and does whatever change it's going to make to improve the world. The puzzles are not super hard. I ended up playing a little bit in Discord with them watching, and then I played another like 4 hours with Jess, because she's my resident puzzle expert.
Mm.
And between the two of us, we ended up finishing it. It took me 5 hours to finish. I don't know if there's any type of replayability, but it was an enjoyable experience, because I think by yourself it would take longer. But having two sets of eyes on it definitely did help. It was a lot of fun though, and I'm not in the hidden object games whatsoever, but for some reason, like, with the interactivity of everything and the like subtle story that goes along with it, that does kind of pull at the heartstrings a bit. Uh, it's definitely worth it. I don't know if I would buy it at full price just yet. I would say maybe if you're not 100% into hidden object games or anything, wait for a sale. But I'd say anything 15 and below, even if you're not a fan of it, just for the experience and have a little casual game to play, it's totally worth that. Uh, I would say it's a 6, but that's only because I'm not really into hidden object games, but I got enjoyment out of it. And I imagine if you are into games like that, you would definitely feel much more highly about it than I did. See you know what? Ray made a good choice. It's just I probably wasn't the right person to play it. But even I ended up enjoying it, which is a testament to how good the game is. Because
Good to know.
in all honesty, most hidden object games I would play for like 20 minutes and say fuck it. But I ended up playing the whole 5 hours, so that's definitely a testament to it. Let's see. Next game is Everspace 2, which I ended up playing quite a bit of this as well.
I remember dying so many times. It's almost as if
I actually played so much of this that I ran into the content barrier.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's the.
Jinx.
How long will this be in early access? I don't know. They have quite a bit of content so far. I played 11 hours of it before I hit the end of. Yeah, and this was the first build after it launched in early access, and they had 11 hours of content right off the bat. So I have a feeling this won't be in it too long compared to like Baldur's Gate or something. Baldur's Gate will probably be like 2022. This will probably be out by. I would say it'd be out by like fall or early winter. But it is.
I have no idea how big this whole thing is.
This thing is a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like the space battles are fun. The characters are actually pretty engaging and fun to watch the conversation back and forth with. I really, really like it. And it's very pretty. Like, if you want a game where you can push your computer to the fucking max, there you go. You found your game.
Push to the limit.
If you want that game where you're like, ooh, I'm playing the next-gen game. Yeah, this game at least looks like it. You know, it has a lot of RPG elements. There's a ton of different loot you can get. There's a ton of different missions you can do. You can even go on the ground. You know, it's actually great. And this is unlike Everspace 1, you can actually go on the ground and do ground battles eventually. I'm not going to spoil anything because how you get there is kind of
Interesting.
spoiler territory. I'm not going to do that for anybody. But yeah, if you think you're even slightly into space shooters, this is a fantastic one that I feel like is going to end up being like a 40-50 hour game by the time they're done.
Good to know.
Yeah, because I technically only finished like, what is it, chapter 2? So out of that's 11 hours, so who knows how much farther they're going to take it. But for early access, I'm giving it a 7 because it's for what you're getting right off the bat. It could have been a lot less, and they offered plenty to make me want to play more. So. All right. Okay.
Good.
Since how we're on the space shooter thing, now we're gonna go to something a little more arcadey and cheap for all my cheap friends out there.
Woo!
All right. For the people that made Redout, the actual racing game, they have now released their own space fighting game.
We stand as the last shred of humanity.
Oh.
Today, we will win or die for the sake of our own
Okay.
freedom.
So, I am usually pretty nice about games. I try to be. And I will say this. the movement in the space combat itself is great. You know, like the rolls and the actual fighting and everything like that. Unfortunately, a lot of things around that are either very basic or just don't work at all. I've went into missions where, like, you could tell that there's something supposed to trigger to bring you further into the mission, and it won't trigger. So they're, like, broke. The missions are broken. That's why it has mixed reviews, because a lot of people are complaining about that. Like, you make it to a certain point, and the mission will just break. Now, can get that get fixed? Yes, but is it fixed now? No. Like I said, the game's literally on sale on most sites for $8. So, was I expecting the world? No. And is the combat very fun? Yes. So if they fix it and make everything work, would it be a fun arcadey space shooter? Yes. But as it stands right now, don't buy it. Don't get anywhere near it. Don't do anything until they fix it. But as it stands right now, it's like a 4. I won't even give it a 5. It's literally... How can you release... Okay, there's a lot of things that can be broken in a game that you can excuse, right? But when your missions don't work, that is one of the most fundamental parts of your game. So, there's no excuse for it. It's a 4 out of 10 until they fix it. Even at $8, don't buy it, don't go anywhere near it. Thank God I didn't spend a lot of money on it, because I'd be fucking pissed if I did. But, yeah, the missions are fucking borked right now. Alright, and then the last one, which was my favorite game I played the whole entire month.
Ooh.
I know it might not be for everybody, but this one is definitely it for me.
Oh, is this one Eraser brought up? Or mentioned?
This is Ancient Abyss.
Oh, this is the one that Tim found and I was going to mention, but we got it.
Okay. So, yes, it's a roguelike. Yes, it looks like Zelda. And yes, roguelikes usually piss me off a lot. But this game, unlike most of them, is fair. You can go, even if you're not an amazing player and don't have the best luck, you're not screwed. You can play for an hour and 15 minutes in a run and not have the best loadout in the world. You know, a lot of times it's all based on like, oh, I got that one item, so I'm saved and I can blow through. This game is more like, alright, how are you at dodging? How is your actual attacks? How do you handle a situation? It's more based on that than completely what your specs are or what weapon you're using or whatever. It's more it's more skill based than it is strictly
Build based.
Yeah. Now the build will help you out a lot. If you get a
of course.
great build, you'll blow through the whole entire fucking game. But no, this game, it's hard to describe without basically saying the same general things as I would about any roguelike game. But okay, if you like Fury, if you liked Hyper Light Drifter, if you liked Zelda A Link to the Past, and you like roguelike games, this is the perfect game for you. And unfortunately, I liked all 3 of those, and I like roguelike. So, for me, I'm fucked, because I really like this game. And I ended up playing a lot of it. And I would rate it a 9 out of 10. And it's funny, because it's $15. And it makes...
It's only sister, Tim.
I know.
You can't rate it a 9.
I know. I was getting there. I was getting there.
Let the man finish.
Yeah. I said I would give it a 9 out of 10 from where it stands right now. I can't by the rules of the podcast, but I'm telling you how much I like it. Okay? So it's a 7 out of 10 because it's as high as we can go with early access, which there is a good reason for that. But I will tell you this, like, it is the most highly recommended early access game I've played in quite a while. All right, because even at what it has right now, at the beginning of early access, is enough for me to keep me hooked for hours and hours and hours. And that's the best recommendation I can give you on anything. And that's it. That's all I have to review for this month. Thank God.
Yeah.
All right, now we're gonna talk about some news that is not very surprising.
Yeah, Dan's heard about this, right, Dan?
Yeah, Dan mentioned this himself. All right, so Google Stadia is shutting down its game studio, which has produced 0 exclusive games.
Except for one, Guilt.
Oh yeah, was that from them?
Yep.
Oh, it was from them. Okay.
Is that not like
I'm
the
surprised
perfectly titled game to be the only thing they've released?
I'm surprised no one remembered this, and I'm the only one who actually did.
I have used Stadia, Dan, and I used Stadia when it was Project Stream before it even became Stadia. I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey on it, and that's actually how they gave me a copy of Odyssey when I was done with the beta for that. So yes, I have used it, beta and actual Stadia. I currently use Amazon Luna right now. So and obviously Xbox Game Pass. So
Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored.
yeah, not sponsored at all. But no. Do I feel like Okay, here's a question for everybody. How long do you think it is before Stadia just calls it quit? Done. Don't say.
I mean, at this point, you're asking how obstinate Google plans on being.
Yeah, because there's no way they're gonna survive. So let's just be honest about it. They're not gonna stick around. It's not gonna.
Within 6 months.
Okay, within 6 months.
I give them 8.
8. Dan says a
8.
year.
I'll go middle road 7.
I say June. So
Ooh, Tim's
4.
giving us a date. I feel called out.
I say 4 months. And you know what, Dan? You're probably right, but I'm saying within 4 months they will announce that it's closing. Will it close in 4 months? I'm not sure, but I guarantee you by like June they'll announce that they're fucking done.
Well, and if you bought any games via Stadia, you are an idiot.
No, but
No offense,
I would
you're an idiot.
I would love to know how they're gonna handle that.
Indeed.
Because I don't think they can just fuck over everybody that ever bought
Yeah.
anything from
You better
Stadia.
You better refund every fucking person that bought a game on Stadia, at least.
Legally, I'm sure they've left themselves enough room to do that. However, morally, I do not think they can last very long if they do that.
Yeah.
You're a fucking billion-dollar corporation. You own fucking YouTube. Fuck off. That's what I say to that.
Yeah, that is,
Right?
that is the real question, Dan.
They fucking own YouTube.
And
They got money.
The problem is like I never read the user agreement for that, and I've never.
Who does?
Yeah, but I've never bought anything on Stadia.
You're a smart lad.
I've used Stadia, but I used like all the games that were part of the service as like your
trial or free.
Yeah. I had Stadia Premium trial or whatever. But no, like I've never bought anything on there, so I don't know what the agreement says when you actually purchase anything. I imagine there's something in the fine print there that probably states what will happen if Stadia goes belly up.
Most likely.
I'm guessing probably they're just gonna fuck everybody over.
Yeah, because you're not even allowed to download your games anyway.
Yeah, Dan's right. Like, there's probably a clause that says you lose everything. I'm sure. So yeah, you're just gonna blow all times of money. I mean, the good part is, I imagine the Stadia controller you could probably use for other things. Especially if you're a PC player, you could probably just hook it up to your fucking computer and use it for whatever.
Yeah, you should go a backup, I guess.
Well, no, the Stadia controller actually looks decent. I mean,
yes, that's why I said at least you have a backup.
Yeah, and the Amazon controller actually looks pretty decent too. But the mappings are screwy. Yeah, that'd be a problem as well. I mean, like the. Let's see if I can bring up the the Luna controller.
Wait, they have a controller too?
Yeah.
Everybody has a controller.
Yep.
Damn.
Steam has a controller. Amazon has a
So
controller.
this is the Google Stadia controller, right here,
You don't need about Steam's thing, do you?
and this is the Amazon Luna controller.
Hmm.
The Amazon Luna controller definitely takes a lot more from like an Xbox controller. I mean,
Yeah. I
but
was just about to,
besides having a share button in the middle underneath here, it's basically the same. The Stadia controller is much different. Well, even Steam has a controller. No, it had a controller.
Yeah, it did. You can't buy it anymore.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah. There's
Yeah.
The Steam controllers like 2 years ago during the summer sale, they were selling them for like $1 and blew through all their inventory and stopped selling it.
Oh, wow.
But no, okay. So has anybody but me and Dan actually tried a streaming service?
Nope.
Nope.
I have the internet for it, but nope.
Oh, last summer? Okay, I stand corrected then. All right. So here, since you guys haven't, I can't ask any questions about that. All I could say is from somebody who has used them. Stadia works all right. Luna works a little better. But Luna at least is more upfront of how it works. Luna literally says that if you load in a game, you should wait like 10 seconds and then start playing. Even if you have very high speed internet, you should just wait for like 10 seconds and then hop it. Because it's basically like, okay, sure, you have really fast internet like I do, right? It's not going to matter. You still need to give the game time to create a baseline connection so that way you have a smooth experience. Stadia claims that you can play games at 4K at my connection speed. I tried to play a couple games at 4K. My connection speed is about 975 megabytes a second down. And it's still stuttered like fucking hell.
Hmm.
Damn.
Now at 1080p, don't get me wrong, 1080p, it runs fine. And I'm not shitting on them for that. I'm just saying they also advertise Stadia heavily as you can play on mobile. Yes, they did. Like you can play on mobile, you can play on TV, you can play on your tablet. But the problem is if I can't play it on the computer at 4K with the speeds that I have, then you are fucking lying.
Yeah, they had false advertising.
Yeah, because they said it
Yeah.
at 35 megabytes a second down that you could play games at 1080p through Stadia.
And that was blatant false advertising.
I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Maybe like Pac-Man you could play at fucking 1080p? Like Pitfall from the Atari 2600? Maybe? But like it ain't... I saw people having to run... They played Destiny 2 on Stadia. And
That was one of the flagship things, yeah.
yeah, and it ran it on a 100 megabyte connection, 100 megabyte down connection. It ran at 720p 30. Okay, so what benefit are you getting? I mean, you can play it, which is great. If you don't own, okay, that's what Stadia, Luna, and all that stuff is for, even Game Pass, right? It's for people that don't own anything else to game on. If you don't have an Xbox, if you don't have a PC, if you don't have a Switch or a PlayStation or anything like that, that is the only reason you have to have Stadia. But the problem is that all these people that are like, yay, I can finally play a game. I can finally play. They go out, they blow their money to get this controller so that they can have a controller with their phone or tablet or TV or whatever. Then they go out and blow money because there was no sale on the games. So they're paying full price for games, some games that were older than fucking dirt and still paying full price for. And
On Stadia.
yeah, on Stadia. And then at the end of it, if Stadia closes down, they're stuck with a controller that they can't use, an app that will be taken off the TV, and the games will all be gone. So what? Where did Stadia? Okay, where did Google think that they were going to make money with this?
I mean, cynically, I would say from all the suckers who thought it was going to actually work and be worth their money to buy the games and the service, subscribe to the service.
No, but here's my question, right? If you don't own a gaming system of any sort, would you really consider yourself a gamer?
I mean, that depends. Here's an interesting thought. That depends on how gamer you are already. Because I mean, as gamers ourselves, we can look at this and say, "Well, yeah, this is stupid. Duh! Like, how would this ever work? Like, it's too early." But
Yeah, but for some
consider yourself as like a casual who's like, "Hey, I kind of want to get into video games, but I don't want to pay for all the console, and I don't want to put together a computer. I don't want to buy a new computer." Well, hey, this Google Stadia thing doesn't seem so bad, and I can still buy the games, and I don't have to use a new fancy computer.
Okay, I will give you that. That is 100%.
That could be their market audience, or their intended audience.
That is 100% correct, Ray. But the only problem I have with that is, like, how many people fit into that category?
I would say you'd have to ask Google. I have no idea, honestly.
Obviously not enough.
I don't think it's a very large group.
Yeah, I was gonna say not enough to support Google Stadia. I don't think, because if you have a PC, you don't need Stadia.
Right.
If you have an Xbox, you don't need Stadia.
Probably not.
If you have a Switch, I guess you might want Stadia.
Yeah, if you wanted access to like all of the other games that Switch doesn't get.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Switch is getting a lot of games, to be fair.
Yeah.
So even that is kind of like.
But like, okay, here's my comparison between the three, right? Xbox Game Pass, yes, for Ultimate Edition, if you own a PC and an Xbox, is $15 a month. That includes your Xbox Live. But with that service, you can stream it on your phone, you can stream it on your tablet, you can stream it on your Xbox without actually owning the game. You can take your games and play them between your PC and your Xbox for most of them. You can stream it on your TV. You can stream it on anything, all with that one service, and you can play it on your console and computer if you're at that. So it's a play anywhere title. You can play it on your phone when you're on a trip or a tablet. Go home, play the same game on your computer or your Xbox, and keep all of your save data between all of them. Okay, I find that to be a good deal, but it is the high end, price wise out of the three. Google Stadia, like I said, it doesn't really have that advantage, right? And I feel like having to buy the games is what fucked over Stadia. If they had a service like Xbox Game Pass where you didn't have to buy every fucking game that you want and then have it own it but only in that virtual realm, they'd probably be a lot better off. But because they're trying to make you buy games strictly to have on Stadia, you're fucked. And then Amazon Luna offers a very, I would say, very wide variety of games on Luna. I would say. Actually, we might as well not even talk about it if I'm not going to just show it, right? Because at least then we can discuss it, because I know most people haven't even seen Amazon Luna before. So here, we'll show what Amazon Luna is all about. Alright. So basically, you have to buy none of these games. So all this, it's got a pretty good amount of titles to it, but they're a wide variety. They got a Plague Tale, Then you have like tennis games, indie games, Castlevania, Control, Crosscode, Everspace. Like you got a whole bunch of different variety of games here. And this is all involved in the same package. There's no games to actually purchase in this ecosystem they have going on. And it's $5 a month for this. This will work on PC, this will work on your phone, on your tablet, and on your TV. And I would say if you want like the low end, just want to have some games to play on the go, or you want some availability to some games that normally aren't involved in services like this is perfect. That's all I can say. Like me, I've been playing Trails of Cold Steel 3 because I love that type of shit. And I've even been playing a couple other games that I normally wouldn't play, like Metro. What is the secret of your power? What's Wonder Boy? Oh, Wonder Boy is fucking great. Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Trap. It's actually like very anime. Very, very anime.
It looks a little anime. But we digress.
Hey, he asked.
It's true. He did ask for this.
Actually, Wonder Boy is actually a really good game. Furry Simulator, not so much, man. Not so much. Not so much.
No, you saw them. They have lizards. It's clearly more than just furries.
Yes.
Yep.
But no, this is the example I was throwing out there. But okay, so here's a perfect example. This is the last thing we're going to talk about this, and we'll move on. But okay, here's a really good question. If you did not have any gaming console or anything to game on, what would be your primary way to play games? If you had to use one of these services, would it be your phone, like Zoe does with
Genshin.
or would you use like a tablet, or would you use a TV with a controller, or how would you go about it if you didn't have the accessibility that you do?
Me personally, I'd probably go with TV with a controller, or I'd want to at least.
If I didn't have, if I was forced not to use my PC, I would probably just move to Switch.
Oh, you just go to Switch? But
I
Switch,
mean, yeah.
but Switch isn't an
Yeah.
option.
Well, it's on the TV though.
Right, he was saying if you were going to use one of these streaming services, such as Xbox Game Pass or
Yeah.
Amazon Luna or
Wow.
Google Stadia.
Then yeah, Xbox Game Pass.
But what device would you play it on? That's what I was asking.
TV and controller.
Okay, there you go. How about you, Silver? Is he gone? Okay.
Probably controller.
On the TV?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Off topic, did you guys review Creeks? No.
No.
What?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Doesn't sound like something we talked about.
That came out July last year.
Oh.
That's cool.
Ooh.
Shit, how did we miss that?
Yeah. That's a good looking game.
Get Dan coming in with the review with the suggestions.
Wait, this game doesn't cost $60? No. I'm just kidding. No.
No, he's
No, actually, that does look really good. Dan. Looks like something that probably Ray or Mermage would play. Maybe Silver, right? Silver.
it looks artistically it looks like something Silver would be interested in. Definitely.
Yeah, I've played games like this, especially like Abe's Odyssey.
Oh yeah, Abe's Odyssey. Oh god.
Wait.
Well, that's a cool one. Don't burn out your computer though. I think this might push your GPU pretty hard.
Thanks, Dan. Do let us know how it goes.
Yeah, let us know, man. Let us know what you think of it. Look at Dan sneaking in his little recommendation in there. All right, speaking of recommendation, it is time to let you know what we're looking forward to coming up in the next month.
Ooh.
All right, who wants to go first? Because you're all going before me.
Little Nightmares 2.
Okay, Little Nightmares 2. Okay, we'll start with the
indie spot.
the fairly typical game of the month.
Yes, horror related, of course.
But more people know about this.
Nothing less.
Yeah.
Of course.
Now, have you played Little Nightmares 1?
I have not, but I do have it. I do intend to play through it. When I have the blasted time to actually play something that I have not started. Oh boy.
This reminds me of when I played Inside so much.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It has a very similar style, I suppose would be the word.
I mean, admittedly, I really liked Inside anyway, so that's not a bad thing.
I definitely recommend playing through Little Nightmares. It's got some real creepy shit in that game. Oh man, the deformed guests. Ugh. Ugh. And the janitor.
So it lives up to its name of Little Nightmares.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is not lying.
Hands.
What are you, a cat?
Yes, I know, Razor. But trust me, I am already in the middle of at least 10 fucking games at once.
Is that all?
Let me finish them first, please.
By all means, Silver, go ahead and finish them.
Yeah.
No, we dare you, finish them.
Okay.
Finish Warframe.
You
Don't set the bar high or anything, Mermage.
You've got 1 month. You've got 1 month to finish Genshin Impact. I want a full review of every inch of the of
You
content.
can't finish a fucking game that is a life. You can't. There is no
I
such
know.
Well, damn it! How's Mermage supposed
I'm
to finish
sorry.
Marvel Avengers before the end of this?
As if I would touch that game.
It was a
Yeah.
piece of steaming
Wait,
garbage.
did you
Yeah.
play that with us? You didn't play that with us, did you? No, I can't
I don't
remember.
think I did.
Who played it? It was
No.
me, Silver. Was it Air Razor and Tim? Yeah.
Yeah, me, you, Razor, and Tim, yeah.
All right. So what do we got next?
We're rushing at once.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Make sure to please mention what you're going to be reviewing next month as you go, like I usually
Of
say.
course.
Alright. I guess
I
I'll go next.
only bring it up because if I don't say it, usually people don't.
All right.
We don't like commitment.
So,
You'll type in a podcast just anyway.
so one of the games that I've been keeping an eye on for months now is called Chill Out VR.
You intend to to review that one or not?
Considering it's almost definitely going to be free to play.
It is.
Alright.
So basically, it's a VR chat clone, basically.
Oh, there's already anime waifus.
Yep, but it's a VR chat clone with less restrictions. So
Less restrictions.
That doesn't sound good. I'm gonna be completely honest.
It went.
Please elaborate, man.
No, it took like 3 seconds to go full furry, and I was like, wow.
Wow.
have you never seen a VR chat video?
No.
I have, but not the fucking crazy batshit kind that you would.
Actually, I heard French Stallion talk about.
Oh shit! Wow. Dan got timed out. Holy crap!
What the hell happened?
Nightbot decided to think that he was putting too many,
Too many symbols.
Bad night bot. Go to
Yeah,
jail.
bad Nightbot. Bad.
Bonk.
Nightbot. go to bot jail.
But yeah, this game, it's definitely gonna be interesting. I can tell you that.
Chill out, VR, huh?
Similar to golf with your friends.
out.
What the fuck?
It's because that's the
Bullshit.
only thing that you have close to a VR game.
No, you mean close to a social game like that.
Yeah,
Fair.
But,
that's a better terminology.
yeah, it also gets new skins, new DLC skins on the port as well. Eraser. Yeah. For Deep Rock Galactic.
But
Nice.
So you gonna play it? I'm waiting.
It's a tough barrier to entry there, Mermich.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think that's a game you can review.
yeah, this is definitely
you
not going to
could.
be my review game. I will play it, but it's not going to be my review game just because of the fact that I know that like this is a game that pretty much anybody's going to be able to just download and play.
Well, that's good. Until something bad happens and then it gets kicked off Steam.
No, they're definitely going to have community guidelines, but like they're going to be much less. Yeah, like it
Guiding?
already says has a zero tolerance policy against cheaters and rule breakers. But they're going to have, from what I've heard, they're going to have a lot less restrictive, like content compared to VR chat.
Okay, I got you. Well, we'll see. We'll try it out and let us know. You don't have to review it, but at least let us know.
Yeah.
And if you spend any money on lap dances in VR chat, please do not let us know.
We can skip that part of the review.
Yeah.
Yeah, VR furry lap dances.
Who would ever
are not...
pay for that?
Mermich is like.
I mean, it's a role play. You might be using fake money.
Wait,
It doesn't matter.
wait.
We don't judge.
Wait, I now figured out why Mermich will never donate to my channel. He works all the time. He makes all this money, and he never donates to the channel. And I figured out why now.
Well, yeah, you don't provide lap dances.
Furry lap dances in VR chat.
No, I'm not a furry.
I didn't say you are a furry. I just said you liked furries hopping on your junk.
No.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
I mean, not to everybody. It might mean something to some people.
Yeah,
I am
some people are
There-
like, it's
there
not
is
gay
a
if it's
ver-
dark.
There is a very
Wait, what?
large furry community on VR chat.
No, I've
You
heard.
don't say.
Gigantic.
No, I've heard.
What? Some place where we can choose whatever image we want for our avatar?
Yeah. And I'm not going to go into griping about VR chat because this is not about VR chat. It's
Okay.
about
Oh, it is
chill
not.
out VR.
Okay, we're done. We're gonna move
Yeah.
on, and when he comes back to review it, we'll bring it back up.
Yes.
Okay, so who's next? Silver, or is it Ray? Or
I'll pick one next. I saw Slay the Dragon! Exclamation point.
okay.
And I thought, oh, this looks cute.
But it does. Razor, go to Hornet jail.
Bonk.
Jinx.
Where's Ava? She needs to corral his cock.
Eraser needs all the bonks. Also, I saw pumpkins, so already a good game in my book.
There's pumpkins. The game must be good.
Oh wow, it's actually an isometric RPG. Okay.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of bullet hell, it looks like.
I'm terrible at bullet hell.
Yeah, the art is actually really nice in the game. And now we've seen the whole entire game.
Right?
Well, I can't believe it's free, honestly. I may check it out if it's free. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Free is always a good price.
Good price to start with, yeah.
Alright, am I allowed to mention a game that came out today?
Yes.
I look through games that have recently released if we start in the middle of the month.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
Okay.
Knock yourself out.
I mean, why are you asking us? It's your podcast.
I know.
Right? You
Well,
can just change the rules, by all
yeah,
means. Go ahead.
Sure, I'll just change the rules and apply. Alright, speaking of something like Conan Exiles, this is a game that,
Valheim.
that is like Conan Exiles, but it seems to be a lot better and a lot
Yeah,
more.
I was gonna mention this.
And this is
The
and this is
publisher.
Coffee Stain.
Coffee Stains know what they're doing, so.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, I have a bit more optimism then.
Oh yeah.
Because when I
Considering it's
first
made by Coffee Stain and the love and care.
Well,
that
is
they
it,
put
okay,
into
is it
satisfaction.
developed by Coffee Stain or is it published by Coffee Stain? Because
Published.
Coffee Stain are also publishers, so
Published.
yeah, published.
hopefully they'll hold the studio to a decent standard.
I
quality.
Actually,
I would.
actually, it
when I-
looks pretty good.
It looks
does.
really good.
When I'll admit, when I first saw this, I was skeptical, of course. But since I'm seeing very positive as the reviews, I'm more optimistic. Blech.
Well, there seems to be a lot of shit to fight.
Oh yeah.
This is how Rune 2 should have looked. Yeah, I know, right?
You are not wrong.
Oof, ouch. But yes, agreed.
Is this what Rune 2 would have looked like with decent funding and perhaps a more experienced dev team? Not saying that there is anything wrong with being inexperienced, but
The question is there multiplayer?
Yes.
Or will there multiplayer? Oh, there is.
Yep, online co-op.
Good to know.
well, that
Heck
looks like
yeah.
it's worth paying attention to.
I would sign it.
Oh, the Spectre trailer's got metal music. Yeah. Oh, demonetized. Fuck. Alright, I gotta turn that down.
Wah, 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 wah.
But no, it's $20, and yeah, it's already got a roadmap out for it and everything.
It's a good sign.
Sweet.
And like I said, it looks like what Rune 2 should have been. Yeah, funny joke. But also like Conan Exiles, but with a lot more actual combat to it. You know, sure, it's got building and survival, but it's also got like a lot of battles and everything you can go through, which makes it more engaging to me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna.
And it's got base building, which immediately has
If we
caught my
all,
attention.
here's an idea. If we all ever decide that to get it, then we'll play it. But this is not something I'd ever.
I think
try
that's
and-
fair.
Yeah, you
I
can.
call building the castle.
The cool part is we could do it as a community because up to 10 people can play at the same time.
Nice.
Nice.
So that means we all be in it. That's awesome. All right. So who's next? So you're up, Silver.
Nio 2.
He's going for all the AAA games.
It's only one, dude. I have two indies and one.
You know what's funny is I kind of looked at Little Nightmares as like not an indie game, but that's only because it's really well known.
Well, it actually is.
It was a successful indie game, so it's a sequel to a successful indie game.
Yeah, it is.
A little bit more writing on it, but
And you know me, I'm a huge fan of feudal Japan. Hence why I started out my Japanese themed games playing Tenchu back in the day. The very first Tenchu on PS1. And that basically sparked my interest in feudal Japan era of games in general. And here we are, 21 fucking years later. Oh boy, how time flies, huh?
120 FPS. That'd be fun to play in.
My monitors don't have that high of
Frame
what was
rate?
it? Cap rate, yeah. They're both 60 hertz. I don't really care though. So long as I gain 60 FPS, I don't give a flying fuck.
Murmich needs something that runs at like 240 hertz.
I don't need anything bigger than 27-inch monitors, Jesus fucking Christ. I sit close enough to my monitors as it is. I don't want to sit any closer, thank you. Besides, if I had something bigger than 27-inch, I wouldn't be able to fit it on my desk.
Oh yeah, Dan, I got 144 hertz monitor myself.
I'd have to get a bigger desk, and I don't think I could do that with my limited space.
Both of my monitors are 60 hertz.
That hurts. That hurts to hear.
Good one.
Too many.
Good one.
Murmich, okay, wait a sec. Put this in context real quick. Murmich has a computer that's worth about $1,300 more than mine, and he's running on monitors from like the late '90s.
Early
2000, but
I'm really far off.
Early 2000s.
It's like I ripped off my parents' Macintosh.
No.
you're not wrong though.
Yeah, it's like he's like they were playing Sim Farm on it. And I'm like, Mom, I need this to hook to my $3,000 computer.
CRT monitor. Nice stuff.
And I'm not kidding, Dan. I got on his shit. I'm like, you need to buy a monitor. He's like, nah, I'm fine. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You're buying a $3,000 computer and hooking it into like an old ass fucking monitor?
That's just not on, lad.
I budgeted. These two monitors I have right here are $560 together. I do not care. They were coming with the fucking thing. I got a better
I'm actually gonna go get a new monitor pretty dang soon.
I'm not, and that's not to pick on you, man. But you're definitely not.
I know.
Getting the best out
Hey,
of your
look,
system.
if you're gonna be memeable, you're gonna get memed, so
Yeah,
it's only fair.
I've got a better
Okay,
monitor
fair.
in my kitchen. What do you have in your kitchen, Dan?
Tim, you don't want to know. It's just gonna make you depressed.
I mean, is this a monitor? Because I got a pretty big monitor
Am I
behind me.
next?
Yeah, you're next.
Super Red Hot Hero.
Oh, this is the gay porn one. Okay.
Right.
No, this is the one that I thought that you would like.
Oh God! So you tell me I want to watch gay porn?
Oh my fucking lord.
Oh, that's pretty nice though, Dan.
Oh yeah, this does look up Tim's alley.
Okay, yeah.
So when do they start undressing?
Fucking weird ass name, but the game looks alright.
Well, it's because the guy's literally on fire.
Yeah,
That makes
see, Dan, like, I got 27-inch monitors, but I only went for 1080p because I'd rather have a higher frame rate than have a higher resolution, at least at this point. I told Merman she should go for, like, 1440p or something. But no, this actually looks pretty cool.
Sure.
You know me, I'm always in the platform and shit.
Yeah,
Trigger's getting Tim out of platforming. Good luck with
I
that.
saw this and
Inspired
thought,
by
Tim
Super
would
Mario.
like this.
Oh wait, well you probably read this. Inspired by Super Mario Brothers, Super Meat Boy, and Mega Man. Gee.
Another reason why I thought you would like it.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the only one?
All right, add to the wish list. God damn it.
I just love how reluctant Tim sounds when he's doing that. Despite
Only because the name of it sounds so wrong. All right, you're up, Ray.
all right, let's take a quick look at battle cruisers because that looked neat.
It's a good thing it wasn't my turn to talk because Discord decided to take a shit for a couple of seconds.
I've been wiped afterwards and washed its hands.
GG.
Also, good reference, Dan.
Ultimate warship to attack and defend. Okay, so basically it's a battleship game.
Yeah, it kind of seems like a strategy. I assume it's turn-based, or maybe not turn-based per se, but 2D combat game using silhouettes.
And
of
22 hit. You sunk my battleship.
But yeah, it looks wild and neat, and was there something on here that like said it was on mobile? So, or it looks like it might be designed for mobile, but
Oh yeah, it says coming soon to Steam, Google Play, and one other.
the Amazon App Store, I think. Yeah.
That came up so fast. I didn't even fucking get a chance to read
Right.
it.
Yeah.
I think it was relying on the
there you go. Steam, Google Play, and the App Store. Yes.
the Apple App Store. Yeah, never mind.
I had to literally pause it because it was only up for literally 1 second. But oh, main voice command. Well, that's cool.
I think it looked neat and a little quirky. Art style isn't bad. Simplistic, of course, but
Yeah, I like how it uses the shadows. That's cool. All right. Next for me. What do I want to do? We'll do something that Silver's gonna like.
Oh.
And no, I'm not being ironic or anything. It's called Modiverse. It's a game designed to be modded in every way possible.
So basically, mod the game.
so
Yeah.
it's Gary's mod.
Yeah, but it actually has like a setup like this, so you can actually like just pick mods that you want to play. You can
So it's Gary's mod.
yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
but a more advanced version of
So it's
basically,
Gary's
a
mod.
mod within a mod within a mod within a mod.
yes.
But it does look nice. Probably heavily inspired by Gary's mod. Like even some of the UI is somewhat
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
reminiscent.
Yeah, it looks very
KJ mod
familiar.
TTT, yeah.
But look at
Yeah.
we could play Fall Guys in a mod.
Oh,
Oh,
how fun!
How fun.
I suppose that would be advantageous because we could actually like play on maps that are a little more fun than
Yeah.
just pure aggression and aggravation.
You love it. Come on, Ray. You love Fall Guys. It's your favorite. Especially when you push around the soccer ball and you feel like you're just hitting a boulder with your forehead. Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's my favorite. My favorite. I don't hate Fall Guys, just to put it out there, but man, like the amount of rage you can feel during that game will just make you want to smash something. All right. Okay, we're back to you, Silver.
And not the good kind of smash.
Don't worry, Eraser. They'll be released soon.
Yeah, they will.
Scarlet Hood and the Wicked Wood. I like how they have
That
that rhyme.
rhymes.
Yeah. Made by the developers of The Coma and Vambrace. They have quite a cool little art style that they seem to be sticking to, which I'm totally fine with. I'm a huge fan of the comic book style that they.
So they do a giant. They do the first thing they do is pan in on her crotch. Jesus Christ, Silver.
Jesus fucking
Hey, it's nothing new for the stream today, Tim.
I know they did it again.
Hey, at least my game doesn't have my games don't have nudity, except for that joke game that you showed at the beginning. Tim.
Quote unquote joke game.
I don't care. Did I get banned? No. Okay.
Yet.
Yet.
That would require somebody to report me. No one's here.
Just don't upload the VOD.
I will. I don't care. It's anime boobs. It's different. It's not real boobs.
You think they care?
Nope,
Yeah.
that's no glory.
Listen, girls can show their crotch and get banned for 3 days. If I can't show an anime nipple, then, I find that to be wrong.
There's no justice in this world.
Yes.
There's none.
No, the
Considering we're all adults here, fuck you,
interactive
Twitch.
fiction. Oh, so it's a
We're all
visual
adults
novel?
here. Wait.
Well, most of us. We're supposed to be. But yeah, sorry, Tim, go on.
What is it? Point and click visual novel? Yeah.
Visual novel adventure game.
Huh.
You can use the mouse to interact with the menus, but you can't. I don't think you can. You do commands or whatever with the mouse.
Okay.
So it can be played with mouse and keyboard or controller. But for like the older games like Coma and Vambrace, I do prefer to use a controller. It's just easier to manage the actual gameplay with controller.
Okay. That seems cool.
Neat.
All right. Mermitch.
I'm digging myself into a hole with these names. Nuts.
These nuts.
Okay, is it nuts? Save your nuts. Let's go nuts or nuts.
Just the top
battle of the
It's
bulge.
nuts.
Nuts.
No, I like the last one though. Nuts. The battle of the bulge.
Moment you are getting.
Well, that one certainly knows what it is.
Is it furry nuts, as Dan said?
No.
Only if you want them to be, Dan.
It's a.
Want them to be.
Record the squirrels.
Welcome to Memo's Forest.
I will say that art style, with the brighter colors, it's kind of painful on my eyes. But
It's
yeah,
it's almost infrared in
yeah, I'm not a
in
fan.
colors.
I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna.
I don't blame you.
I'm not a fan. Ugh.
Color wise, it's weird. Gameplay
Yeah,
wise, it's something that I would probably enjoy.
I can't even look at the screen for that long. It's kind of irritating to my eyes.
Oh, you said make it bigger?
No, I
Okay.
kind of.
Make it full screen. There you go.
Blinded by the light.
even I'm like, nope. Let's turn it back.
My eyes.
Turn it back. Turn it back.
But apparently the game gets weirder the longer you go on.
Based on the preview, yeah.
Yeah, the visuals alone already tell me that this is not a normal game.
Also, what they just showed in the trailer should tell you that it's getting weird.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I see what you did there.
Part of me thinks they just didn't want to texture anything.
Probably. Oh. Okay. Ray, you're up.
Alright, let's look at... Silver, how do you pronounce this again? Someone in podcast chat.
Okay,
Boysons?
yeah. Boysons.
Buissons.
Thank God I had some classes in foreign languages.
What foreign language even is this, though?
Let's have a look while you talk about it.
You are the bushes.
It is French for bush.
Ah, that would explain everything.
This is knuckin' futz. I know, right?
Love it, Dan. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
French for bushes. Makes sense.
Yes, farting mobile bushes.
Or Bisson, as it's named. Bisson. Did I get that right, Dan? Since
Why-
you're taking French
Can
classes?
I ask a question?
Or-
When have
or
I ever
Tim?
seen anybody hunt a bush?
When they're really, really bad at catching anything.
And
Be,
bored.
be very, very quiet. I'm hunting bushes. Bah.
Are they furry ones?
What?
Mhm.
No, they're leafy ones.
Only 40 plus. You know what I'm saying? Mermitch is into those milfs.
Nope.
Borderline gilfs, baby.
Nope.
Nope.
Sorry, what?
Oh, okay. Now we're ready to talk about the game that I teased these guys about before the stream.
Oh boy.
Yes. I'm intrigued. I didn't look. Don't worry. I
Okay.
actually completely forgot.
So we're gonna check out Turbo Sloth.
The game nobody can run.
All right, check out this trailer and tell me what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Looks really good though, don't it?
Hmm.
Yes.
Wow. No. Guys.
Yes.
Really? Really? Steamrollers? Really?
I don't know if we can let Murmich play this because all he'll be doing is screaming JoJo memes.
Probably.
Mm,
You can't even say that right. Come on.
All right, so Turbo Sloth is actually a game where you take turbines and you put them on like the steamroller in this case, and you make it so they're super powered and super fast. But it's not the only vehicle you can put it on. You can
I
put
want
on
to play it.
Oh, there's more.
yeah, there's more
Okay.
than just the steamroller.
but wait.
I still
There's
want to
more.
play it.
Okay, so I brought up this game, and it's nothing that special, which it is kind of interesting. I am kind of interested to see what it comes out to look like. But that's not really what the interesting part is. The interesting part is when you go down here. Okay. Now, they did update the lower end specs a little bit. Okay. So
Okay.
it takes an AMD Ryzen 5 3600 on minimum.
I can run that just fine.
Okay. So you could run it on minimum. Now,
I could probably run on medium, maybe
Okay.
even high. I don't know. The
So-
specs sometimes are a bit of a,
so on recommended though, that's where the settings get kind of batshit. Okay. So it requires a Intel i9 9900K or an AMD Ryzen 9 3900X.
I have the RAM.
That means that it needs something that has a boost clock over 5 gigahertz just to
That's-
run the game.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing internally here. That's such fucking.
Okay,
That's just
it's down to 16
bullshit.
gigabytes of RAM. That's better. But okay,
You what, mate?
so wait a second. It requires either an NVIDIA RTX 2070. This is for recommended. This is not high. This is recommended. Or an AMD Radeon RX 5500 XT. That is the
game,
recommended settings.
Game.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
goodness.
No, you know what
Yeah.
that tells me? That this game is so CPU intensive, it's incredible.
That's what they said about Cyberpunk, and here's me running at a medium with a few settings on a high, and I'm not getting any frame drops,
Cyberpunk
so
didn't have
fucking bullshit.
recommended settings like that, though.
No, but it did have like a 3060 or whatever for its fucking graphics card.
Dude, I have an AMD Ryzen 3700X, which is not even like... It's not a... it's one generation behind. You can't buy the new generation because fuck but trying to buy anything
Yeah.
GPU or CPU
Tim-
at this point.
I mean, my CPU isn't on sale anymore. It's an i7 5690, I think.
Yes.
There was something in the trailer that caught my eye.
What?
It said RTX on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really know where RTX would really fit that.
Shiny.
Were you just playing Tarkov? No, I was not just playing Tarkov. How you doing? Never sober. Welcome to the stream.
Greetings, welcome.
All right, so yeah, that's that game. Murmich is gonna review it. Okay, cool.
Honestly, I'm not as surprised.
I might be tempted to.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
Feel free. Actually,
The question is how much it decides to try and sell it for.
I would say probably 25. I would
Well,
say
considering the graphic fidelity, usually games like that are sold at least 30.
even at 30
Because,
be
you know-
all right. But if they try and charge 40 40 up, I wouldn't pick it.
Oh hell no.
All right, so
No.
what do you got, Silver? You got any more? Or you're all done.
Nah, that's me. That's me done.
Okay, what you got, Murmich?
Potentia.
Spell it.
Potentia.
Yep. Okay.
Potentia.
Not even a manifestation of life.
So basically, potential just without the L.
Strange.
Potential, but sounding like another world.
Huh. I wasn't expecting a game like this for you to pick. Oh, okay.
It looked interesting on Steam list.
Impotentia, yes. That's the sequel. That's the sequel when he loses the ability to get an erection.
I'm sorry, but the main character.
No. So that's Potentia 2. Impotentia, the quest for Viagra.
Or is it the prequel? Who knows?
Will he make it to the Viagra factory across the country before the zombie apocalypse gets to
Stick around and
find out in the sequel. Potentia.
Potentia 2 and potential.
My wife's gonna leave me. Side effects include heart attack, stroke, diabetes, and anal leakage.
Don't forget about.
Don't forget about what? Silver's having issues with Discord tonight, I can tell.
Seems like it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, how about you, Ray?
Monolith.
Monoli.
SK.
Okay. Another free to play. Oh, it's a card game?
It seems like it's trying to be a lot of things. I'm not fully sold on it yet, but
No.
it looks good. It looks good enough.
Oh, it's alright, never sober. It's fine. Very short trailer, but it seems, yeah, for a free-to-play game, there's no excuse not to try it out.
There's quite a few free-to-play games.
I love when it says raid a gazillion in crafted dungeons.
That's a lot of dungeons.
There's a fantasy mobile ARPG, CCG, and dungeon builder in a single package.
Interesting.
Well, you know what? We'll take a look at it. Why not? All right. Now that we got some of the weird out of the way, now we're gonna get to the cringe. The cringe is the best.
That's all of mine, by the way. So.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
It's getting down to my favorite time where I have to just shoot through all this as quick as possible.
I've got a few of them.
Okay. All right. It's not the perfect time of year. Oh, shit.
Oh no. Please don't fucking tell me. There's another one, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
Did you spell seducer wrong?
Yeah. Yes, I did, because I wrote it down wrong. Paper.
Oh no.
Paper, who uses it anymore?
Oh no, there's a third one now?
Great.
Are you guys ready?
Oh no.
Okay, Dan, it's your time to review a game for fucking once. No, I'm just kidding.
Horny Jesus Simulator. Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Love it. Love it. You get a 10 out of 10 from me, Dan. 10 out of 10. Wow.
I can't wait. I can't wait to play this on stream. So I can have all the feminists come in and tell me how terrible of a person I am when I try to make good decisions.
I'm so glad he's making these. Please.
Yeah,
don't
these games are actually fun. Like the whole point of them, I know people get pissed off at these games, but the whole point is like it gives you options. If you pick a terrible option, guess what happens?
Yeah.
Something bad. Yeah. There's these games at no point reward you for bad behavior.
And that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think in the first one somebody got mad. Like people got mad because like the guy got in the girl's way to get her attention, and that was how he got a date with somebody, and they like everybody got all offended by that. But for the most part, these games literally teach you, hey, if you act like a fucking creep, no one's gonna want to be anywhere near you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like,
First one was actually
and at this
somewhat-
point, he's stopped being serious. Like he knows these games are just,
They're gonna get memed.
yeah. So
Oh yeah.
So embrace the memes.
exactly.
Yeah, like that last screenshot.
But yeah, I'm
If
actually
you
gonna.
can't beat them, join them.
I am actually going to play this the day after Valentine's Day, so so we can teach all the young men out there how you really pick up a lady, right, Jess?
Yeah, like you, Mamich.
Maybe we could give out
Don't
a
be looking in
relationship
my
advice.
I was gonna say, Silver, don't say that
Oh,
like
don't
you're
do that.
excluded from that group.
Yeah, don't look
Um,
at me, Silver.
Ray.
How can we look at you?
I
We're
know.
at
I'm not
Discord.
saying I'm excluded either.
Still,
We're gonna give love lessons to all the ladies and all the gentlemen out there.
yeah.
Why?
Can I say my game now?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, you can say it. What's up?
I thought we were on the clock.
It's
already.
Metropolis.
We were not anymore.
Mutropolis.
Metropolis.
Yeah, Lux.
Lex Obscura.
Yeah.
Nope.
Lux. Oh, no, it's not the one.
MUT.
Oh.
MUT.
The city.
Oh, Metropolis.
might-
Okay.
Oh, Metropolis. Oh, okay.
And you might want to pause that before it shows anything weird.
Where money runs.
Anything weird, you say?
Why?
No, I meant the thing that he clicked
Tell
on
me, why do you seek
before
Oh.
this.
Metropolis?
I don't. I
Oh.
didn't
And yes,
even
somebody's
believe in
streaming it
until
right now.
yesterday.
Yet she calls to you, Henry, head of expedition.
Tweaking.
Just Henry.
Nice cool.
Fine.
It's art style.
It has a unique art style.
Something is hidden on the threshold.
Never a bad
of the
thing.
lost city.
Well, okay, I shouldn't say never a bad thing, but not usually a bad thing.
Bedtime stories.
These inscriptions, don't you see?
They have 4 fingers.
Death lurks
I
in
always found
every
that weird.
corner of this
Yep.
blasted landscape.
I saw
The animals look better than the people. All right, 10 out of 10.
Accurate representation of life.
Remembered when the machines rise.
Where's Total? Tell me.
Furries will love it.
Which one of you is total?
I just heard there was an accident during excavation. No!
I'm sure they will.
Old fool said. Destroy. the
Okay, there seems to be a lot more to this game than meets the eye.
So this
You don't
is
say.
Metropolis.
Yeah.
Is that
Indeed.
What?
I thought it meant like dogs, like Metropolis, like
Metropolis?
It's a
Yeah.
really interesting looking game.
it's more of like maybe mutant Metropolis.
Probably.
I mean, the lady had 4 fingers. What else do you call mutant?
They all have 4 fingers.
Okay, they all have 4 fingers. They're all mutants.
That doesn't look bad at all. I'm not gonna.
Mhm.
But yeah, besides the number of fingers, it's
I hate
definitely
hate
bad.
giving Murmich credit for anything, but I have to.
It's only fair.
Yeah.
We're only honest in the podcast.
Good.
All right. Okay.
You have any more, Ray? Or
Nope, I'm done.
okay.
All right. How about Dandy Ace?
An illusionist became the greatest magician in the world. For years,
See, with
he
the
was loved by
different
the
kind of spacing between the pronunciation of that, I was thinking it was
His
Dan's
name
game.
was Lele, the green-eyed
Dan the
lady.
Ace.
But sadly,
Oh, Dandy Ace. I get it.
stolen from him.
Dandy
I think I remember seeing the video for this showcasing it a while ago.
Dandy Ace.
Hey, it's Dandy Ace.
Performances and handsome looks.
Hey.
Ace, and I really
Dan's new flight sim game. He's gonna
loved of all
be the
magicians
protagonist in a
by the unjust
high octane.
destiny. Lele had no choice but to resort to the infamous cursed mirror. You have the power to create a whole new world, but for the price of your soul, the mirror said. I understand. I'm yours. Now,
He reminds me of Wario.
Fair warning, when your mirrors start talking to you and giving you evil ideas, you should probably see a therapist.
Lele imprisoned his
Indeed.
arch enemy in the blink of an eye.
In fact, I recommend you find a therapist before your mirrors start talking to you. But if they already have, then, well, yeah.
Before you sell your soul to them as well.
Good.
Don't make any agreements with the mirrors until you've had a consult with a therapist beforehand.
But it's basically a roguelike magician.
Ooh.
Intriguing.
So we're making rabbits disappear to confuse our enemies?
Like, I thought it was gonna be like really corny, but actually the magic is.
That looks pretty magical.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Wizard of Legend. Except
fair. A little slower though. Looks a little slower.
Yeah, the camera style is more more restrictive and like a bird's eye view.
And there's a free demo.
And tilted.
Always a good thing.
I may try that out.
See? Okay.
If a developer is willing to put their game out there so you can try it, there's at least some passion for it.
Exactly. Alright, you got any more mermaids or are you done?
Yep, I got a few more.
Okay, cool.
2 more, I think.
A few more.
It's called Mini Countries.
And I thought you said you were on a time restraint, Tim.
Well, I have to give time to each game and like
I know.
And this has a
Produce
free
the
demo,
resources
so.
the people in your country request.
Hmm.
Create a transport network to provide all cities with the requested materials. Improve resources by constantly developing and upgrading your industries. Provide sufficient storage space for resources, since not all of them can be produced in every season. Choose new items each month to bring your country forward.
oh, so it's like a very low poly version of like Tropico or like Sim City.
Kind of.
Upgrade your cities with a
And a
different
lot
focus
more
for
like
getting special benefits.
simple.
Yes, simplistic.
Integrate
Yes,
famous
thank you.
landmarks into your country.
Huh. That's interesting.
And it looks really, really nice
Resources
too.
that cannot be produced in your
I
country
love the name of the
by
developer,
importing
Yiki
to the
Games.
port.
Yeah.
Master events such as a harsh winter, which slows down your resource transport. And handle even more challenges in many countries.
Nice. That looks cool. Let's see. Oh, wait, next one is my review game of the month, which should be no surprise to anybody. 30XX.
Yes, of course.
I can't wait to see you try again on this.
I've beaten 20XX,
I know.
so but this one looks harder. No, I'm playing a Mega Man-based platformer, Dan. Get it right. Plus, I own 20XX, which is the game before this, and which was based more on traditional Mega Man. This is going to be based more on Mega Man X, which, if anyone knows, I love that series to death. And there's a level editor, which is going to be great, because I'm going to make my own jump, slide. And it's got co-op. Who's coming with me? What? Nobody? Oh,
Yeah. No. I've had enough talk on platformers, to be honest. Besides, I haven't even finished Time Spinner. Oh dear.
I really like this game though, Dan. I played the demo of it a while ago, and I've been waiting for it for probably at least 9-10 months since they put it on Steam, and it's finally got a release date. All right. So yes, that is one of my 2 review games this month for myself.
Alright.
All right, and this is my last game, and might be my review game depending on the price.
Oh yeah, Silver and Ray never mentioned which games they were.
Battlecruiser.
Okay, Battlecruiser.
Una the Druid's Path. Una spelled Oona.
Hmm. It's
Well, it said free on it, so.
What are you playing, Silver?
I suppose I'll go with Nairo 2.
Actually, looks really pretty.
I know, right?
It reminds me of Ori and the...
That's
I was
what
gonna
I was
say.
thinking. It reminds me of Ori and the Will of the
Black
Wisps.
Forest and the Will of the Wisp, yeah.
And this game looks like it would take more than 13 minutes to beat.
Yeah.
So it might be a good idea for you to pick that game.
Yeah, rib on for that, isn't it? Oh yeah, since you weren't here earlier, Dan. Mermish's game was 13 minutes long.
Yeah.
But I did play Raft, which I played 12 hours of.
But that wasn't your review game.
Shush.
You didn't even mention it last month's podcast. Yes, I keep track of this stuff.
No, I did.
That's
Not
actually-
Raft, but
I'd be very
I
interested
did,
to see what
did
you
talk about Cloud.
see if you play that, because it's free and going into
No, I
early
think- I
access,
think
which
it's
is
good.
rare.
Yeah. Like if it's still free by the time it releases, I am going to play it. Because this is too good of a looking game for me to not
Well,
play.
it should still be free, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm like, if
But it does release close to the end of the month, but it's still a very nice looking game.
yeah. All right, so I'm gonna make these last few really quick. I don't have a ton left. Just gonna go over them really quickly. All right, so I got King of Seas, which I like pirating games, so I thought this looked cool. Instead of like Sea of Thieves or stuff like that, where you control the whole thing, this is where you control just basically your ship, kind of like Sunless Sea or something like that. But it's got RPG elements to it, so it's more than just sitting on your boat. Yeah, it's got naval combat. You can look for treasure.
Like Krakens.
Yeah.
It does look really nice.
Yeah, so instead of being like Sea of Thieves, where it's more like, you know, more on the boat, like walking around on the boat, this is more of find treasure, build up your ship as much as you can, then take on people.
Available early 2021. Many years ago,
And
a fierce
I
battle.
like the fact that it has RPG elements instead of just like, hey, you can unlock more skins. That's it. I like actual progression in my games. I know I'm so old school. What do you? All right. Especially that's the only thing that drives me nuts about Sea of Thieves. I like the game, but the progression.
Community is terrible.
Well, plus the progression is
Hmm.
like non-existent. All right.
Yeah.
How about Rustler, aka Grand Theft Horse?
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, what?
Grand Theft Horse. You heard it.
Check it out.
Oh, that one! Yeah, I saw like I saw Joe mention that actually. Yeah, I remember now.
It's just a flesh wound.
It's basically a medieval version of Grand Theft Auto, just with a lot more humorous bullshit.
Oh, there's gotta be a ton of Monty Python references in that.
And I mean classic Grand Theft Auto, not after Grand Theft Auto 3. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2, and London.
Pimp a horse?
Pimp a horse. Pimp my horse. Rustler. I love that name. Rustler.
Oh, this is great. I'm loving the trailer already.
And the fucking police with the horse and the fucking flashing lights on the horse's head wearing hats. Oh my god! I'm like, hey,
I
that's
thought this looked.
where'd that come from?
I actually saw this during the summer at the Summer of Gaming thing that they put on Twitch about all the indie games. That's where I originally found out about this. But yeah, it looks great. It's basically just a giant old school parody of
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Horse. This is great.
Okay, let's see.
For the idea alone, I give that a 7 out of 10.
Alright, since some people seem to really like horror around here.
No? Who's that?
Alright, we're gonna talk about Horror Squad. It's a online co-op horror game.
Oh. Okay, I seem to have missed that one as well. Great. Oh dear.
And you actually get a gun.
Oh, so you can actually fight back against the ghost this time.
Yes.
That would be nice.
Rather than just with salt.
Yeah.
Quick,
But I think this looks pretty cool actually. As I guess you would call it like a change of pace from Phasmophobia. Alright, let's see. Alright, last one I have to talk about before our group podcast review game is obviously the one I'm going to be playing this week, where it is... Oh, okay. Oh yeah, is this one Epic only? Yeah, it is. Alright, never mind. Yeah, I was going to talk about Werewolf the Apocalypse, but it's on Epic, and I don't really feel like bringing it up just for one game. But yeah, the game we're going to be reviewing as a group for the podcast next month is a pretty simple game. And like I always mention, if you need help purchasing it, just let me know. The podcast people, but we're going to be playing this together.
Rogue Heroes.
Oh, this.
Kill the slimes.
Yeah, and there's actual variety to classes.
Good. Variety goes a long way.
Immediately chooses the Pyromancer class.
Just fireball.
Just
Fireball.
fireball.
Just.
Nothing else.
Just
fireball.
Just.
But February 23rd, the game comes out. Well, I thought that would be a cool thing for us to play together, and since Ubisoft's not involved, we can actually play it together.
Huzzah!
Yay!
And I'm going to close out the podcast with one last thing. Fuck you, Ubisoft. You release a game that I loved as a child. I've get everybody together. We buy the game, and we couldn't stream it together because, you know...
Network.
Because latency is just not something they should take care of in a modern game with multiplayer, especially online multiplayer. I mean, so to give clarification, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World was one of my favorite beat 'em up games. We all purchased it when it came out on Steam, not Steam, but Uplay earlier this month, and we went to try it out before we streamed it, and it was literally impossible for us to play it. Silver would see one set of enemies. Murmich would see one set of enemies. Me and Ray, for the most part, stayed connected, but we'd have Murmich fighting invisible enemies on my screen, and then Silver fighting his own set of invisible enemies on his screen, and then a
It was
bus,
so weird.
and then a bus. You hear the bus sound. I can't see the bus. Silver gets hit by a bus. It was a mess.
It was a huge.
It wasn't pretty.
Like the actual game itself, fine. The multiplayer part broke. Like done. I couldn't
really
believe it.
sucked because I really wanted to play it, and
Well, they're supposed to patch next week. If they patch it out, I'm still not going to forgive them for it, but at least I won't be able to play it. Which would be nice. But all right, that is it.
They should have at least tested it before they released it.
Yeah, you would think so.
You would think a professional company would do such a thing.
But look at trying to play Uno or Monopoly or anything even at this
Par for the course.
Yeah, so not like it's a big surprise. But thank you so much, guys, for hanging out for the podcast. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. Tomorrow night, me and Ray begin our journey in Resident Evil 6 together, which I have never played, and I don't think he has.
Nor have I. Nope.
Yeah,
I haven't even booted it up yet.
You're gonna need it.
So that's going to be interesting. Yeah. But like I said at the beginning of the podcast, if you have any suggestions of how we can improve things during for the podcast, please leave some suggestion in Discord. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. And thank you again to my co-host that helped me every month with this. And yeah, have a great night, everybody.
Have a good night, folks.
It was a pleasure as always, fellas. Schlong,
everybody.
Hey, I said every podcast.
Fucking schlong out, man.